Hed, it's the 21st episode.
21.
21.
Oh, we was just having that
21.
conversation.
21.
I don't want to bring it up on the air, though.
Maybe we leave it. Maybe
As
we
As
leave
long as
it.
you do it without the P word.
But Jeremy Hecht, do you want to start this episode by telling the people the name of Cash Cobain's joint, the nickname? Because you remember that?
Jeff?
Yeah.
So here's the
Why
thing.
did you retain that information, King?
Here's the thing. As a prolific researcher, when information is found, I retain that information to use for later full circle.
Do you want
moments.
to shout out to Cash Cobain's joint?
I don't want to shout. I don't want to shout out his joint. No, shout out to Cash Cobain.
Shout
but
out
not
Cash Cobain.
Yeah,
man.
that's your favorite New Yorker.
It's my guy.
That's,
Come on.
I just remember the nickname to Elliot's favorite.
Hey, I've
people's-
nothing to do with your nickname.
Okay, all right, okay.
That's my homie.
Okay,
I'm
okay,
Team Slizzy.
okay.
Wait,
We
what does that
enjoy
mean?
the
Wait,
ladies
wait.
enjoying the music.
What is that?
Huh?
What's that mean?
That's his movement, Slizzy.
Oh,
Slizzy Gang. So I'm
that sounds
Elliott
different.
Slizzy. You know what I'm saying? It's one of my many nicknames.
You've been crowned in New York.
I'm officially Slizzy Gang, as I heard. You know what I mean?
Do the
Shout out.
thing for the chat.
What's up with the chat? What do you mean?
Do your intro. I mean your thing.
Oh, well, this is new episode 21 of the Big Picture.
Let's go. The bigger picture.
They look forward to that shit for whatever
And
reason.
They
J.
do.
Cole dropped a goddamn record to give us some ratings. I
Well, you
love
gotta
it.
introduce yourself.
I'm
Elliott.
sorry. I'm too excited. My light-skinned brother put out a song. My name is Elliott Wilson.
Jeremy Hecht.
It's DJ Hed. I go last. Go ahead.
That's it.
What?
You're like, send it back over.
No, this guy Jermaine Cole, man. What I like about it is he disrupted the Travis Scott Victory Lap MetLife concert. You know,
Yeah.
I didn't want to see Fiend on my timeline 8 million times.
He brought some God into it.
Bro,
I know
you hate Fiend like
I
you
really
like
hate
you hate
Fiend.
Snoop.
And you saw Rob Mark, baby. No, stop with the diet. Love Snoop. Stop that false narrative. I hate the song Fiend. I don't care how many 60,000, 80,000. Shout out my guy Rob Markman. He took his kids out there to enjoy
He
the
took
show.
his kids to the Travis Scott show.
He did. Because I said, Rob, come on,
Stellar
man.
parenting.
I hate Rob. I was like, yo, Rob, you my man. We know me a long time, man. You got to admit you don't like this Fiend record. Like, I don't like this Fiend record. And he was just like, well, my kids is rocking to it.
Then I
And
love
I
it.
was like, all right, Big Papa.
Do you
When he
think
says
that
to Guys in Paris, my homage to you.
Yeah.
I'm forever going to call that song Guys in Paris from now on.
Guys in Paris is patriarchal? I don't fuck with it.
You don't like Guys in Paris?
People, you like people in Paris?
I
better?
like niggas in Paris because that's all encompassing. It could be Mexican niggas, white niggas,
But can it be women too?
women niggas.
They loved you calling your interaction with a woman. What did
Oh,
he,
that
what
was
did he
so
say?
Frequent.
Frequent female human.
I
I
frequent a
frequent
female
the female human.
Frequent
Yeah.
a female human.
Yeah, somebody
Female
said,
human.
they said it's the most clinical description of a situationship I've ever heard.
I wouldn't necessarily describe it as a situationship because
Okay.
a situationship is indicative of there's something that is a situation and there was no situation. You know what I'm saying?
When you would frequent, what would happen?
We would engage in close quarters.
Close quarter. You choose that quarter. I choose that. Close quarters. Little Netflix and chill. The starting five
Well,
on
you know what's
Netflix.
interesting about Netflix and chilling? I love the branding and the marketing behind Netflix and chilling, but if it's kind of redundant, don't you think? Like if you're Netflixing, aren't you there and chilling? Like
Yes,
whereas
yeah.
like
It's
you
a
ain't on the
weird
roller
relationship.
coaster Netflixing.
Do you ever Hulu and do you?
Do I what?
Hulu and do you?
Hulu and do you? Hulu and do you? That's what the kids say.
fuck did he
You guys
say?
say that?
You ever Disney and get me?
What is he on today?
I don't even know.
What did y'all give him? At least, did you take your robot
You ever
testing?
Paramount and stare about?
wait, what's the last one?
Paramount and stare about?
Oh, so all the streaming services
I
have
just-
their
I
own.
No,
got
they
you.
don't. No.
I just made them all up. But
No,
I
you
don't, I don't know.
don't. He's
pretty
trying
impressive,
What
though,
he
if that was
really
off
wants
the
to do
dome.
is rap, and he be trying to get that shit off every week. And I keep telling him stop doing that.
He loves rap.
No,
Maybe he heard
What?
J. Cole's wordplay in this new
I don't
song
give a fuck about
and was
that shit.
inspired.
he is an amazing hip hop journalist. Let's dial out
I'm
of
right here, man. Right here.
Joe Budden just learned his name.
I'm right here.
He did.
He did. Did
You know what I'm saying?
I just want to HBO. Why you hate me though? I'm just saying.
Did
I
you,
could take
did you
the
cry
max.
when Joe Budden said
Okay,
your
I'm
name?
done.
See what I'm saying?
No, when Joe Budden said my name, I will say it felt like
A Grammy?
it was my that was my
Did it feel like
that
a
was my
Grammy?
Grammy. I called my mom. I said, I just want to thank you and I want to thank God. And she said, for what? And I said, don't worry about it.
Play the
I'll call
clip.
you.
Roll that beautiful bean footage.
Look at us ready. Look at production. Look at the team.
And I watched you and DJ Hed and the white boy that I like now. I seen y'all commentary on it. I found me a white boy that I like. I like that white boy too. I got DJ Hed with me. I got a new show. I've rebranded. I'm DJ Hed of Elliott Wilson show with Jeremy Hecht. White boy learned your name. Look at that.
White boy learned your name. Look at that.
I love how actually I'm not gonna grandstand. Congrats, King. Joe Budden has learned your name.
Thank you.
Now how do you feel about that?
I feel good. I appreciate him taking the time to learn it. I shout out to Parks. I heard him laughing in the background. He might have introduced.
You heard him laugh.
I recognize my fellow white boys.
So
you can identify laughs and joints. I'm just asking.
I mean, these are no. I can identify laughs and I can identify by name what someone else calls something on a song. Only in the music. I only reference in the music.
So if somebody puts their joint in the music, you can identify it immediately. I'm just asking, bro.
I can reference bars that people say in their songs, and I can use them as jokes.
Okay, bet. So Parks was laughing, and you heard another man laugh, and you can identify their laugh. Yeah. Outside of Elliott Wilson, I don't know anybody else's
Elliott's laugh. Look, if Elliott laughs, you wouldn't recognize him.
But that's because, come on, dog.
It's a ridiculous laugh.
It's ridiculous.
I like how, it's crazy how Eddie Murphy really gave up his laugh. He retired his laugh. He didn't like people like making fun of his laugh.
Yeah.
I'm never retiring my laugh.
Did you ever think about retiring it?
No, I'm never retiring my laugh, damn it. Never.
But I think that it's super dope for you because I know how you feel about the hip hop space, and I think it's super dope that you get that acclaim or that acknowledgement from your peers.
Thank you.
So
I appreciate it. No, I do appreciate it. I was saying because I used to watch every day. I used to intern at this job, and I was watching Everyday Struggle every single day. They would put out Monday through Thursday, and I would be like half paying attention to my job and half like watching Everyday Struggle and being like, what's my take on this? So it's like looking up to those people, looking up to you and your interviews and being in this space is still cool to me. So having the validation from somebody who I looked up to is Jeremy, dope. So shout out to Joe.
So Jeremy, what is your take on this new J. Cole record? You didn't do a 45-minute video yet.
Yeah, you didn't do a video. I was
ready for you to do like a 45-minute video or something.
So I wanted to save some of it for our discourse, and then I'll put a video out after. The J. Cole song was a little polarizing for people online.
That did surprise me though.
What were you thinking?
I was surprised how polarized it was. I thought people would champion it because at least he addressed the elephant in the room, as the kids say. His take on the battle, his perspective. He's obviously rhyming at an elite level. But again, I guess people don't like the idea of him like still, I guess even with this like apologizing to Drake. It seems like if you're a Kendrick fan, you're not embracing this song, right? You seem like this guy's a sucker, just like Drake's a sucker. If you're a Kendrick stan, those crazy Kendrick stans, that side of the table, they're looking at it like Cole's a sucker. He's still down with Drake more. He shouts Drake out at the end of the song. He kind of is like encouraging Drake, keep your head up, light skin love.
You said that.
I saw Charlamagne did the whole meme of the guy lifting the teammate's head up. It felt like that a little bit, But I just thought it was great rapping. I think that is who J. Cole is. I think there's a thing about when J. Cole rhymes like that, something about his flow, like the intention of his lyrics and his execution, there's a sort of like a sincerity in his cadence. And I think that either turns people off or connects him to his fans. Like, I think some people just think he's full of shit. They can't connect to it. I myself think that's actually his character and who he is. I forgive him for the apology and the pulling back of the record because I think that he showed where he felt. Like, like we said earlier, like I want artists, like you said in your tweet, say what it is in the music, address these things. If they're not going to do interviews, address it in the music. So I appreciate his take on things and his honesty, and I thought the record was good, but it's definitely very polarizing.
Yeah, what'd you think?
Kendrick,
why is Alex shaking her head, bro?
Because she's a Cole fan.
Do you think the Kendrick fans aren't receiving this record well?
I think people aren't receiving the record well.
Why?
Ooh.
J. Cole is an elite MC. I've said that before. I got dragged for 2 weeks straight saying that I'll be hating on Cole.
Mm-hmm. So you're going to bring more?
No, I'm not.
So this is really going to dispel those rumors. Sorry, my bad.
I think the song was dope. I thought it was good. It's just that Drake has had many missteps, which Elliott Wilson, I'm quoting Elliott Wilson.
Here we go again.
He actually said there wasn't a single good step since the beef.
There you go. See, that's what I'm talking about. See?
Receipts right in front of my face. Isn't he jumping on some Spanish dude's record next? Continue the hot streak?
Yeah.
The hot streak is moving.
So I think he's had many missteps, right? So if you are out here in the world being beige and doing
Hey, I'm right here.
I'm just saying, if you're out here in the world being beige and doing beige things, right?
Beige rage.
I don't necessarily know if it's kind of like when like say I'm pressing Jeremy about him saying the N-word, right?
Here we go again.
One of your favorite pastimes.
Yeah, it's something I love to do, right? If Jeremy Hecht get out, he say whatever, and then some other white person comes in the room and it's like, no, I stand with Jeremy. It's like, no, don't help. You know what I'm saying? Like,
also, this didn't happen. This is one of his hypotheticals.
Oh, so you view him standing more with Drake coming off with this record?
I look at him as more or less saying like, look, this is my stance on it. Basically, don't ask me about it no more. Cool. However, I don't think this helps Drake in the way. I think Cole has pure intentions. I think it didn't. I think it had the opposite effect to the people who were just out for blood in the battle. Because he said that in the bars. I mean, I know you know all the bars.
My friends went to war, got blood all over me.
Shit like that, right? So for him to come out and do this, I think he publicly apologized to K-Dot.
On the stage.
On the stage at Dreamville Fest.
Said, I'll take it on the chin.
I don't necessarily know if he's done that with Drake yet. So I look at this as that. It's like he addressed Dot on stage. Now he's addressing Drake.
So he's not wrong for not addressing Kendrick direct in that record then?
No, he's already addressed Dot.
Yeah. But you don't like the way he addressed Drake?
No, I just don't think it helps Drake.
Does it help Cole?
It helps Cole. It don't help Drake.
Wait,
so I think he has a pure intent on him trying to clear the air with Drake. I think it's going to have an inverse effect from a cultural perspective because of the simple fact how Drake has been moving. If Drake would have been like, man, I took an L, like let's get back to the music, fuck it, whatever. Then at that point he's acknowledged it. He's still like Trump out here. Like he hasn't even acknowledged that. You lost. You know what I mean? So he still hasn't even acknowledged that. So now on top of that, you got the homie coming to you like, hey bro, it's all good. Just get back to doing what you do.
Yeah, can you pull that up, Jeremy?
Yeah,
like the last part of the song?
Yeah.
Do you think he went too far with trying to be encouraging to Drake at the end of the record?
No. I think Cole is gonna Cole. Cole is a verb. Cole is gonna Cole. That's cool. I'm not tripping off that. I think Cole is dope. I think he always is sincere in his raps. The only time he's ever been insincere
was a 7-minute drill.
Was a 7-minute drill shit. Which is why I said that was a misstep and it was whack to me because that's not even him. It's never been him.
Yeah.
This is him. In all his glory, this is him. I think Cole's intention is pure. I'm saying the effect it's going to have on Drake, I don't think is probably it's going to be his intended outcome.
Well, we saw, I think he did like it on Academics post. They saw Champagne Poppy with the like. I mean, I don't know if he really likes it. I mean, I was thinking too, like he said a lot in the song about how, he didn't want to battle because he would lose a friend, or a friend would become a foe. But I think if you really realistically look at it, there's no way the battle didn't affect all their friendships regardless. Like there's nothing you really can do. Like at the end of the day, the friendships have forever been changed and damaged in one sense, right? So whether even Drake publicly says, okay, Cole, that's cool that you shouted me out, I don't see that friendship ever being the same.
No, me neither. And I think it's kind of, at this point, we'll see how Drake reacts. It was Cole, to me, kind of dispelling a lot of the online rumors and whether or not there was any truth to them, he's basically saying, to your point, don't ask me about this again. And we talked about this last time and a few episodes in a row about these artists don't talk, right? We never get to hear their actual thoughts. There's speculation. We're talking about, is Cole really throwing shots? Is he Team Kendrick now because he's doing songs with all these people? And then with him saying, we're good, basically, on my end, he's like saying, Drake, I love you. You've done a lot for me. That to me was him saying, don't ask me about this again. This is what I'm saying. But I think it's still up to Drake to address it on his end because he might feel a way. Like
I think Cole might have took it a little too far because saying one thing of like, fuck the narratives, you're my man, I owe you a lot is one thing. But then he kept like, I want you to pull the verse up.
Yeah.
He kept going. It was almost like trying to motivate Drake, like, let's get back to the raps and, let's keep our focus, guys. And like, he's back in this like kumbaya coach thing of like, and to me, he's only doing that because Cole's making it clear that he views that, or what the public views is that Drake lost the battle. So he's addressing the loser of the battle, who's also his friend, and really pushing him to say, like, pull it up.
So there's a few different different parts of this that I think are worth analyzing. So he said, they stripped me of my spot. Now I'm finally free. They say I'm picking sides. Don't you lie on me. To start another war. Drake, you'll always be my guy. I ain't ashamed to say you did a lot for me. Fuck all the narratives. Tap it back into your magic pen is what's imperative.
Your magic pen.
Reminding these folks
Drizzy, get
why
that magic
we do
pen
it.
out, baby. I'm sorry. We'll go back to magic pen. My bad.
Okay. Tapping back into your magic pen is what's imperative. Reminding these folks why we do it. It's not for beefing. It's for sparking our thoughts, pushing ourselves, reaching the charts, reaching your minds deep in your heart.
And is that then Drake and Kendrick, Cole and Drake unifying in a sense of?
No. It almost feels a little bit like when False Prophets, when he was talking to Wale.
Yeah.
And that did, cause a little bit of tension between them. They obviously pieced it up. But it kind of reminded me of the way he spoke to Wale of like, appreciate where you're at. You got fans.
Yeah.
Here's what you're at. Don't worry about the beef. What I thought he was telling Drake here is, go back to say what's real. He almost, to me, was taking Drake back to when you started, why people loved you was because you were vulnerable, was because you gave your thoughts on records, was because you actually took people into your minds, and it was for you. It wasn't for the people. It was a therapeutic sense of you giving people your thoughts. He was saying that's what this record did for him. Like Cole said, I'm putting my thoughts down. This is taking me back to when I was in the basement and I moved neighborhoods and I couldn't remember what it was like to have confidence, so I wrote, and the writing gave me confidence. This is him saying to me, in my mind, like, Drake, go back to where it all started. Don't worry about the bragging.
10 gigs, 100
Don't
gigs.
worry about like the beef. Just rap for you and tell us what you're going through. I'm doing it for me. It helped me. You go do that.
But does he go too far by doing that?
Yeah, it might be a little bit of like patronizing to him. Like, come on, like you know how to rap. Like maybe he takes it that way.
I have a deeper dive into that.
Okay.
So I I don't speak for Cole. Never talked to him before about none of this. Never talked to him before, pretty much ever. I may have met him before. I don't know. I have met him before, but I've never talked to him in depth, right? But I also know that Cole is just like the rest of those. He's just like there's a reason why they were the big three, right? Cole is just as intentional and meticulous as Dot is, just as intentional and meticulous as Drake is when he's on point.
Yeah.
I also think that there might be some underlying thing when he said go back to tap back into your magic pen. And then also what you just said about being vulnerable, right? Things started to change for Drake in the industry when he started being tough.
Mm-hmm.
If you think
Cornrow Aubrey.
not even that's recent. I'm talking about when he started doing the features and started being tough and like doing the tough talk. That's when I think the majority of his issues started to come. If you think about it, before that, everybody loved Drake.
Well, he got made fun of for being soft.
Yes,
but he didn't have problems necessarily with rappers.
There was no, because even him and Dot, you know what I'm saying? It was always competition and stuff like that. But even the way he addressed the shit on with you, it was like it was
aggression.
It was it was aggression, but it was still in a Drake way. It wasn't like, I'm spinning blocks and doing all of that shit. I think that what Cole is saying, tapping back into your magic pen, is what's imperative. Reminding these folks why we do it. It's not for beefing. It's speaking our thoughts, pushing ourselves. Like, I think it's like, bro, fuck all of that shit you be on. Like, get back to what made us fuck with you. Not before the battle, in the beginning. Yeah. Does that make sense?
Yeah, he wants him to take it back to like his origin.
Like what? I've said this, and we've said this collectively on this show. Like, well, not you or not Elliott. He wanted Scorpion Drake, but I'm saying like, bro, fuck all of this. Get back to just doing what I started fucking with you for. Jeremy Hecht started listening to Drake. That's what he was on. The world loved Drake when he was doing that. We all loved Drake. Nobody had a problem with him pretty much until he started doing that shit. Till he started doing the shit behind the scenes, doing the shit with the women and, talking tough. And like when he started to change is when people started to change to him. And that's also the piece that I've been thinking about over the last few weeks. It's like, yeah, you could probably have a little bit of empathy for, maybe he lost a lot of business deals or whatever the case may be. But I also operate under the premise as a human being, it ain't everybody else.
Yeah.
It's not just always everybody else. Like you have to take some kind of onus or accountability for why people are treating you this way. Does that?
Yeah, well, I mean, I guess it goes to the point, and we can play the clip in a second of everyone turning their back on you, and sometimes you got to look in the mirror at you. But these other bars I think were interesting too, where kind of he references the battle, where he says, since the age of 14, Jermaine is no king. If that means I got to dig up dirt and pay a whole team of algorithm bot dudes just to sway the whole thing on social media, competing for your favorable memes, to be considered the best alive and rest the weight of both things. I understand the thirst of being first that made them both swing, protecting legacy so lines get crossed, perhaps regrettably. My friends went to war. I walked away with all their blood on me. Now some will discredit me, trying to wipe away my pedigree. But please find a dude that's rapping this incredibly.
Well, here's the question. Can you do it in this modern age? Can you have a rap? I'm not saying you have to take it to the extremes that these gentlemen did with the allegations that they made, but I don't think this is a squeaky clean battle. Like, a battle's not just like a lyrical exercise. Like, so in that case, people get on Cole because he talks his talk about how he's number one. But when it comes to battle time, it's like he's not a battle rapper in that sense of it. Because how can you have a battle without it getting somewhat personal? Can you?
I think Pusha T changed it where the battle had to have some truth in what you're saying to some degree for there to be validity in winning the battle. I'm not saying that everything said on both sides was true, but some of it has to be based in truth, right? Like before that, we all know some of the lines that Jay and Nas said were false. Like
what? So you saying Jay was a liar? So what was he lying about?
No, he's saying Nas was a liar.
So what was Nas
saying that
Jay-Z was not in any Tybo class.
I don't think I don't think that there was any secretion in anyone's baby car seats.
Secretion? What you say about secretion? DJ Hed, what you say about secretion?
That man said secretion. I don't even know if that's damn.
Is that the right word?
Can we look that up?
It might not be right.
Oh, secret? A
no,
state of secrets?
Secretion, a process by which substances are produced and discharged.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, that's
what I meant. My brother is. Right?
You talking about in the baby seat? Oh, you talking about when he said he? Oh, yeah. Okay, I was like, what the fuck you was talking about?
In the words of Emmanuel Lewis, that's a little shaky.
So we got Miss Sita on the show.
I got scolded again. Last time I got scolded, and then I looked around and Elise disappeared.
A black woman just scolded you.
Scolding me. That's
scolded
my
by a
biggest
black
fear.
woman on the bigger picture.
But no, so I'm saying that there were things thrown out there that I think we all kind of agreed, like this is just salacious for the sake of it. When Pusha T dropped the baby thing, and it happened, and it was real, and there was a child.
Ta-da!
It was like, that won the battle. As much as it was kind of a scathing verse, that...
Do you think it's the modern day thing? Because Pusha won a battle with that revealed, and now all battles going forth have to get a little dirty, a little muddy, a little low blowish?
To our
Roberto
point...
Duran with the low blow?
Unfortunately, though, to our point, like, it could have maybe stayed rap, and we would have maybe changed the course of rap battle history back to it being just rap, because we talked about how it could have been a friendly fade, we could have kept it personal, and how Dot gave multiple chances for that to be the case. But both of them were prepared to go there. Drake ended up going there.
Yeah, I saw somebody say that, why did the biracial brothers always have to feel they have to explain themselves, and what their intent was, and where Kendrick just seems like
he hasn't said anything.
He just spits it out, hate it or love it. He stands on it. Like, what's your take on that?
Why do light skin?
It feels like Drake and Cole have this need of like self-analysis of what they're doing and why they're doing it. Where it seems like Kendrick is just straight with it. It's rough and harsh at times, right? It's tough. He says some terrible things. He says hard shit, but he doesn't seem like he feels like he has to explain himself or do anything else outside of just, this is it. This is my statement in my song, and that's it.
You want the truth?
Yeah, I love the truth. We're the bigger picture. We're here for the truth, man.
I think it's just it's an innate insecurity that lies in people who aren't fully something.
So it is for the biracial brothers like myself.
It's an innate something. Challenged. If you aren't fully something, then you overcompensate to some degree in whatever area you overcompensate in. So like I know like there are people I used to work with who are biracial, and they would be the first they would be willing to lay down their lives on the front line for Black Lives Matter. Or there would be like there would be certain things that I would see in rooms that I would be in, it would be people overconfident, like the shortest person in the room.
Mm-hmm.
Like you the littlest person in the room, but I'm tough and I'm not, you're overcompensating because of an insecurity. So I just think that it's not even having to do with hip hop or rap. I think it's just people who are not fully something if you're not potent and culturally rich in something, then you either have an insecurity or you find yourself overcompensating in those things.
You call yourself yellow N-word and run a magazine.
You call yourself
like a maniac.
You call yourself YN, yellow nigga.
Cornrows.
You know what I'm saying?
You get cornrows.
It's just
go nuts,
But
man.
Cole did mention that in this song. He said when his parents split and then he had a new man in the house and they got out of poverty and then they moved to, I believe it was the Forest Hills Drive house. He said he felt uncomfortable when he went back to his old hood. He said he didn't feel the same. He didn't really know how to feel, and that rapping was his outlet and his ability to put those insecurities into words. So like there might be something to that where he's actually acknowledging that fact and being like, I'm okay, I'm at peace with where I'm at.
Well, the thing is, to that point, you also have to look at it from their lens, right? When, for instance, I'll give you an example. I fuck with you.
Thank you.
I fuck with you. I fuck with Bootleg Kev.
Two white dudes.
But I fuck with y'all because y'all are fully ingratiated into this shit. You know your shit. You operate in it. You actually maneuver in a space that is respectful of the space, unlike people who are your kin, right? That being said, I also have, me and Bootleg Kev have also got into it about things where he would say like, I can't, like, he'd be like, you don't know the first Wu-Tang album? That's not what I was listening to. You know what I'm saying? You don't know
hip hop,
right? And then he would just name like, oh, Freddie Gibbs this, the verse that he had on this, and stuff that you can do, right? And one day I had to explain to a collective of people, I'm like, bro, it's cool to ingratiate yourself and ingrain yourself into a culture. I said, while you were learning everything, I was living it.
Yeah.
So it's not the same thing.
Yeah.
So I look at it this as being the same way. I'm not saying that Cole is not that or even Drake is not that, but I do know that side of the coin where they have to consistently, they're not black enough, they're not white enough, they're always in this middle ground, right? And I remember Lotto saying something similar about that's how she grew up, which is why she came out as mulatto. She didn't even know that was a racial term. She didn't even know. It was, it was normalized to her, right? Just like I catch a lot of flack here in California because I don't necessarily have, up until like I was like 35, where I had a problem. I didn't have a problem, but I didn't know it was wrong for Mexicans to say the N-word. My whole life, all my Mexican homies said it because we're from the East Side. It was normal to me. Yeah. Just like Mulatto didn't know that was not a thing for her, right? And me and my team, we always tell the homies, like Mexican rappers, hey, stop saying the N-word in your music. They're like, why? It's just the homies. I said, because everyone is not accepting of this.
They don't all know.
They don't know where you come from, what you've been through, whatever. So I say all that to say, I don't know what Drake and Cole or Elliott Wilson has gone through. They probably not black enough. They probably don't fit in this crowd, whatever. But at the same time, that's my point in why I respect you and people like Bootleg Kev, because you know these things and you acknowledge it. Cole may have acknowledged it on this record, but at the same time, going back to what I said about Drake when we first started this show, you can't compete against that. Like you can get up here and you could probably out hip hop encyclopedia me, but you can't out culture me or out hip hop me because I'm potent and rich and authentically of it.
Well, and I always say that too. Like my thing is, you can be something, a culture can embrace you and you might still not be of that culture, right? Mm-hmm. I could learn, I could study, I could love something, but that doesn't mean it's the same as growing up within it. And so I always respect my guest seat, right? But at the same time too, like it was funny, my biggest insecurity being up here with you guys or being in the space was always maybe that I don't know enough. I was always like, what if somebody quizzes me on the first Wu-Tang? I didn't grow up on that album. I don't know Nas's discography the same way. I know what I know, but I think to your point, it would never be enough. There is no competition. Enough. It's just you can be yourself.
Which is why that's why I respect Cole. Cole to me has navigated the space in a sense where he's always presented a different lens. Since the beginning, he's always presented himself. He's never misrepresented himself. Again, the only time he did it was recently. He's always, we see his mother, like you see him loving his mother. You see those things are public. Same thing with Drake. I respect those things, right? But that's why the problem came, and that's the biggest hurdle with all of this is you trying to infringe on something that you don't have a dog in that fight because you can't relate to it. It's not the same thing. So I appreciate and respect Cole for even addressing things like this, because you would never get that from dude. Never.
From Drake, you're saying.
You would never. You got Hell Yeah Fucking Right was the first time we ever got that side. The video.
That we ever saw that he was Jewish?
When have we ever saw that?
That and SNL. I would say when he did like a
okay, yeah, that's fair.
SNL, yeah.
But that's my point though. Like I think from the beginning, from the get-go, you would always see Cole navigating that space, even from the mixtape.
Yeah.
So how do we think Kendrick, the more culturally sound artist, how does he receive that record when he hears the Cole record? Does he think it's just, oh, my light-skinned brothers are in their feelings? Like,
honestly,
you think he laughs?
What's his take on it? You think?
Not speaking of him, I haven't talked to him yet about it, but I think he would laugh.
Yeah,
I think he would think it was funny, but I think
no, I imagine that too.
That's the other thing that I wish people knew, like that side of him. People look at him like Tupac, like a black revolutionary, Black Panther, like civil rights leader, but
killer ventriloquist.
Open his mouth, give him a Grammy, whatever you want to say, right?
Can we talk about when he had the ventriloquist doll? I never forget.
He's actually hella funny.
Wait, what is that?
That was insane. When he did that, I knew he was insane. When he had the ventriloquist.
No, he is insane.
When he had the doll, when he came out missing out with the doll.
Yeah.
Like Willie Tyler and Lester.
For the Big Steppers tour. Yeah. No, he is insane. But I'm just saying, if he hears this record, I'm pretty sure he's like, bro, like, what? Again, now you have to look at his perspective on this. Cole was wrong the whole time.
Cole was wrong. So it's validation to him that Cole was wrong the whole time.
No, think about this. Now, I gave you a Cole perspective. I gave you a Drake perspective. I'm going to give you a Dot perspective. The whole first person shooter shit happens.
Yeah.
However that went, we can speculate all day.
Still don't know officially.
We don't know.
That we need someone to talk about. Yeah.
We don't know. Cool. Then fuck the big three, it's just big me, right? That happens. Cole jumps out the window first.
Yeah. No, he did. He did.
Okay.
He did. Before Drake.
Cole jumps out the window first. Remember what I told y'all about?
I got him.
Remember what I told y'all about? Remember what I told y'all about how our culture works in the areas that we come from. Just because if you do something to violate, just because you pull it back doesn't mean you don't get a DP.
Yeah,
that's not a Pornhub term.
Yeah, it wasn't
you fucking people. Okay, that don't mean you don't get a DP.
Yeah,
so you still are owed a DP.
Explain DP and
a discipline. Like we from the hood. You go violate another hood, and we told you not to do it, or you was out of pocket. You come back to the hood, we discipline you.
I'm sorry, K-Dot. I was just playing. I mean,
no, yes, that's all good. But there's still a DP that's owed to you, right? So, like, if I say like, I'm not from a hood, I'm not I'm not in gang culture. I'm adjacent, right? So even for me specifically, if I do something to violate, I have to answer to that, which is why I don't conduct myself like streamers do out here with doing stuff, right? Because I have to answer to people and I have to answer my phone when certain people call, right? So that being said, Cole jumps out the window first. Then then he pulls it back, pulls the record down, does the apology on stage. Okay, cool. We're going to set you aside. That's a pass, right? So now I'm just presenting an alternative K-Dot perspective. Yeah. So now you set Cole aside, you focus in on dude.
Yeah.
You get dude out the paint.
Yeah.
Right? Now, out of nowhere, Cole takes himself off and puts himself back in the shit and apologizes to dude you got out the paint after he jumped out the window first.
So what you're saying is...
he apologized. Say that again. Which part? Apologize to Drake, you're saying in a sense.
He's apologizing to Drake.
Yep.
Essentially. Credit. But like I said, when the shit first happened, Cole jumped out the window first.
So what you're saying, if Kendrick threw a shot at Cole, which we're not saying he will, but if he did, or if there was a subliminal or a slick shot, at this point in this term, it's justified. Or it wouldn't be unjustified because he put himself back in.
This is my yes and
so
no.
You see it as putting himself back in, not putting an end to it. Like
no,
some people look at it like
yes and no.
Closing out the situation.
Yes and no.
His position in it.
That's my point about being aware and understanding nuances to how things work. Not from where you from, but also where you're putting yourself. Jeremy Hecht is from Toronto, Canada. You
Winnipeg.
Huh?
Winnipeg, Canada.
Winnipeg, Canada. Elliott Wilson's from New York City.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like Donald Trump. So
Queens, actually. Just like Donald Trump.
So when you come to LA, you don't operate in a space where you be like, man, well, this is how we do it in New York.
Yeah.
You kind of adapt to whatever it is. So if you look at it from that lens, bro, Cole, you were out the way. I believe Cole's intentions are pure, but I think he's not aware and understanding. Like, bro, you literally just took yourself off of the sideline and put yourself back in the spectacle by apologizing to the dude who I annihilated, right? After you dissed me first.
Well, and it
does that not?
Yeah, it does. And it kind of goes back to the point of like, we always have this conversation about Cole and Drake, where their relationship is like, he's shouted out Drake on more records than any other rapper. Like, Cole mentions Drake's name all the time.
Yep.
And they have this on again, off again friendship. But by Cole kind of directing this more towards Drake, he's trying to please everyone again in a weird way.
Messing up the same way he always does.
And he might do the exact same thing where it's like, by trying to do that and thinking like, okay, me and Kendrick are cool to whatever degree already, and I told him I don't want to mess up and turn him into a foe, but Drake, like, we can be good too.
Does he feel like he let Drake down? Does he look back at it that maybe he shouldn't have disengaged, or he should have, like this? What role did he play in it? Even with the first-person shooter, does he reflect and say, maybe we played this up too much? Maybe looking back on it, I regret that we played this up. You're Superman, I'm Superman. Oh, you're Spider-Man, I'm Spider-Man. Hugging on stage, all those theatrics.
Question.
I thought I just had one.
I have a question.
Are
you answer mine first?
Well, there's nuance to it.
Okay, there's always nuance to it.
Is it true? Is it true that Drake was at Dreamville Fest and he was going to come out and be the special guest?
That's never been confirmed.
Allegedly, according to Maul, he was backstage, was supposed to be the special guest.
I thought it was Mandy that said he was there. Outed him that he was there.
Oh yeah, Mandy said that.
I don't know if Maul said it.
Someone on
it's
the
not
pod.
Not fully confirmed. No,
but he was allegedly backstage, was supposed to be the special guest, and
one of the special guesses.
One of them, and for whatever reason, he left. There was also speculation that there was speculation that it was Schoolboy Q. I don't think he confirmed that. I think he might have even denied it. That somebody basically told Cole, "Here's where this is going to go. You don't want any part of this." And there's also speculation on my other theory from the other sources that at that point someone told Cole what really happened with First Person Shooter, and he's like, "Oh, well, I don't know, I don't want a part of this." And then Drake, when he saw Cole apologize, he left. That's the speculation.
Yeah, the speculation that they were going to do First Person Shooter at Dreamville, and then once he did the apology, Drake left. Speculation. Combination.
I'll just reiterate. I think Cole has pure intentions. I don't think he has any malicious intent with what he's trying to do. I do think he's trying to please everyone. And I think that Cole has a genuine heart and a genuine intention.
Yes.
And I don't want him to be charged with a crime that he didn't commit if he didn't intend to commit that crime.
Yeah, I don't think he did.
Second degree murder, not first.
Exactly.
Second person shooter?
Yes.
So, he raps really well, though.
What was your question? I'm sorry. Let's go back. I didn't mean to skip it.
Oh, does he have any regrets looking back on it that maybe not liking what happened with Kendrick and Drake, his role in it? That
yes,
I shouldn't have played into this whole first person shooter shit so much over the top that it got to this point that Kendrick's dissing me on like that and we're off to the races.
I think he regrets my delete later shit.
Like the whole mixtape?
I believe he probably don't regret that project, but he regrets 7 minutes. I think he regrets 7 minute drill shit.
Yeah, because this looks different. If Cole never, we could play. What did Kendrick say? Do you want to play a game of Have You Ever, or however he phrased it? But he basically, if he doesn't respond at all, right? Let's just say he's like, let me actually take the step back and see what happens here and see the landscape. Cole doesn't reply at all. And then Drake jumps out the window first. Let's just say same order of things.
He didn't jump out the window. He put out a record through a streamer.
And tested it out. And then he had another media personality.
And I want to say this too. This is not a dig. Would Drake exist without Kanye?
He would tell you he wouldn't.
Okay. Who puts out songs and changes them in real time based on feedback?
Kanye.
So is that a Kanye play? Did he steal that from Playbook? Did he steal that playbook?
I think Kanye started the change albums in real time. I don't know if he took that specific way of releasing from him, but
all right, continue.
But I do think I do think so. Okay, let's say push-ups drops same way, and there's no 7-minute drill and apology. So then we have like that, and we have push-ups. At some point, Cole would have needed to say something because he was directly
triple threat match, right? That's what you call it with his free wrestling.
When it's
triple
three,
threat match.
It's a triple threat.
And he would have had to reply because he was shot at on Like That very clearly. Some people at first were saying, I remember when Like That came out, I said, J. Cole needs to reply, Drake needs to reply. And some people said, J. Cole has nothing to do with this. He wasn't shooting at J. Cole. I said, yes, he is. They're clicking up. They're talking out of their necks. I hope these threats are subliminal. Like, he basically said, are you serious about this? Now, Cole could have said, you know what? I don't want any part of this. Those are two are my brothers. I want to be number one, but at what cost? I'm out. And I think he would have been respected more. If he just did that, I think some people would still get at him, oh, Cole isn't battle ready. He can't talk about being number one. But I think the effects of him jumping out, dissing, and then pulling back were much stronger than if he would have just have taken a step back or waited to see how things play and drop a diss on an album.
Why did he need to respond?
Because he was directly implicated in Like That, and he was part of the reason why Kendrick felt the need to diss.
And there are theories that a lot of Cole's lyrics were kind of tapping at Kendrick before that too.
Yeah,
before that song.
He was shooting
once Cole got in his bag of I'm the best rapper, I'm number one, I'm on my GOAT feature run. Every verse I'm rapping about how can I rap all you motherfuckers. I'm number one, I'm the GOAT. Like it's Big Me. He was on his Big Me shit. And a lot of people took that as like Kendrick's not active. He's hitting him and now he's with Drake. So now they're saying they're better than Kendrick. Kendrick's off the grid. We don't see him. He's Mr. Morale. And then they poked the bear.
I talked to someone, I won't say who it was, but I talked to someone and he told me verbatim how this was going to go way before it cracked off.
And it went exactly
before
this
Like
way?
That even?
Right when Like That, before Like That.
Okay.
Before Like That. He told me, he said, they clicking up. Right?
First person shooter. Yeah.
This is before first person shooter.
It was before the tour and before the show.
Whoa, during that whole tour shit?
Yeah, okay. So after first person shooter, they're on tour.
Right. So after he was like, they clicking up. He said, if I'm the homie, I wouldn't like that. And I'm like, what you mean? I didn't see it.
Yeah.
I didn't know what he was talking about. He's like, if I'm the homie, I'm like, bro, you know, like what you know there's a thing with him and you on stage with him doing this, and that, and the third. Like, if I'm him, I'm looking at it like y'all clicking up. He told me this like a month before Like That came out.
So that's wonder what's the Kendrick Cole friendship dynamic? If he's looking at this song.
So my point being, that's another charge against Cole. Because you have to be able to, you don't have to.
You should be aware.
You should be aware and you should be able to read the room and understand nuances. Just like he blew the Drake bridge up. If Drake was unconfirmed, but if Drake was at Dreamville Fest ready to come out and perform with him, he knew that he would blow the bridge up with Drake by doing that thing on stage that he did, correct? So to me, you have some level of awareness to understand the implications that the things that you do have repercussions.
And I think he has to be okay with him and Drake's friendship being, you know, he could try to publicly make it, but if you're Drake, you have right to be upset right now at Cole, I think. But then to your point of Kendrick and Cole, there were bars that could have been shots at Kendrick for his whole feature run. Like on Johnny P. Caddy's, he said, Cole World, the heat'll blast through your speaker. He the last of the Mohicans, no weaklings last in my speakers. Dude want me on a song, he gonna see the wrath of the Reaper. I'm probably gonna go to hell if Jesus asks for a feature. Higher than the dudes and don't need a bag full of reefer. Some see the glass is empty, I see a glass full of ether. Now, a lot of people thought who was kind of portraying themselves as Jesus at that time on tour, and what was the imagery on the last big album, right? Mr. Morale. So a lot of people thought that this wasn't necessarily like a hard-hitting shot, but it was like I'm coming for the throne, and I don't care if you are the guy, a.k.a. Kendrick, a.k.a.
He didn't like K-Dot's jewelry when he had the little crown.
He didn't like the crown, the thorn of the crown of the thorns.
Very expensive crown, yeah.
So there is, if you put that together and you put the Drake and Cole on tour and you put Cole, yo, you're the GOAT. Everyone make some noise for my brother Drizzy Drake, the greatest of all motherfucking time. And then you hear Drake, and then you hear Drake go, nah, hold up. I know he says he wants the bronze, but this guy is the greatest to ever have a motherfucking pen. And then they dap up, and then they put first person shooter out, and then they drop a video, and then they Spider-Man meme, and then they announce more tours, and then they say big as the what? And then you're Kendrick, and like you said, sometimes he might be laughing. He might be, oh, okay. I think that this all adds in together to have the perfect storm for what happened.
So J. Cole could come out the Super Bowl? Cool.
Yo! And he says,
Kendrick could bring him out?
He performs the hook of first person shooter at the Super Bowl and then says, yo, Drake, I'm sorry.
It's still a sick triangle, man. We can't escape these guys, man.
No.
I don't see I don't understand. I don't see what a Cole Kendrick friendship really looks like. I think the Drake Cole friendship survives because
They're light skinned.
Cole, they're light skinned. No, but like he hinted at, Cole will always play Drake like he's big brother.
Yeah,
Like he's the more big successful brother. Like, you did take me on tour. I acknowledge that. You gave me all these great looks. You were making hit records before all of us. You know, you're a big
bought
bro.
all my CDs.
And then Drake, because he has a soft spot, will then give him more grace and say, no, but you're special, little bro. It's really you. So they have a big brother, little brother kind of dynamic that they play into. I don't know the dynamic with Kendrick and Cole. I just feel like
doing that.
there's a respect for each other's skills, I think, a talent. Like,
Yeah, but Dot not finna do
that's
that.
what I'm trying to say.
That
Exactly.
nigga not his big homie.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It's like, so he not finna do that. So that's
part of why we had what we had this year. That's
I-
exactly why we had what we had
I
this
also
year.
think that plays into my own personal thought. I also think that plays into the dichotomy that they have amongst each other. Because Dot not finna backseat or bow down or none of that.
To anyone, really.
No.
So there's a question for you, and only divulge what you feel like you can, but when's the last time you saw Kendrick and Cole or heard of Kendrick and Cole together in any sort of
Or heard of them together.
studio?
I don't have a comment on that.
In the last
Does he have his current number?
in the last 10 years, have Kendrick and Cole, to your knowledge, hung out?
Define hung out.
Like met up at either a studio or
No,
a
say.
home or a dinner?
Hip-hop law and order.
You know what I'm saying?
Because the last time I remember Cole talking about Kendrick was when he did the Angie Martinez interview, and it was around, I want to say For Your Eyes. No, maybe it was a little after For Your Eyes Only. Was it KOD, the Angie interview? So that was like 2017, maybe 2018. And she asked about the project with Kendrick, and what he said was, I don't think he's like, we're never getting that project. And he basically like put the rumor to rest. He's like, me and him are both superstars. We're both busy. We both have families. That's never happening. But he didn't say anything about like, that's my guy. To my knowledge, I got to rewatch the interview. I don't think he said like, that's my guy still. Like, you know, like we're still in the studio. We're still making music. It seemed like they were like okay with being separated.
So
and going
they
their
speak
separate
once a
ways.
year over the holidays, checking on the kids.
Yeah,
How
yeah,
your
yo,
kids? How your kids doing?
Enoch
Your kids
is
are good
good.
too?
Yeah.
That's how they do it. Hey, man. I think that Cole did, to wrap it up, I think Cole did put a cap on it, at least in terms of his
I think
role
that
in
was
it.
his intention.
That was effective, right? Huh? That was
I
what?
think that was his intention, is to put a cap on it.
But he did in your case, like you said.
I personally think that he unnecessarily did it, where unless we get an album or a single or something tomorrow or Friday or whatever.
I think that's exactly what he's up to. I think that all the features coming out, this coming out, I don't think he wants to address any of this on the fall off. And I think he's trying to clear the lane that we get into now to roll out or whatever the next album's going to be. We finally get the fall off, and he's not, clearly, I don't think we're going to get any explanation on the fall off of what happened with First Person Shooter. I think the fall off is just going to be its own conceptual body of work that has nothing to do with his battle, and that was his intent. Let me shut everybody up for good, and this is what I think, and now come with me over here. I'll close out the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
Kendrick could have top of 25, and Drake and Party have a classic loading, according to them.
That's
When they gonna drop?
Huh?
When they gonna drop?
Hopefully, I think October would be on brand, right? That seems to be the thing. There was a recent thing where, Drake, I don't know who, Party put a picture up and put loading ... and then basically Drake said he has a classic. It's a classic album. It's loading in his phone, so it's real. We're really gonna get the Drake Party
the one
Next
that you
Door
asked
album.
for.
The one that I asked for.
Yeah. Don't lie. Off camera, you keep telling me like, oh, I can't wait for that.
And off
party,
camera, you
Drake.
keep saying nigga.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
You know what? That was a fair clapback.
West Coast.
That was a fair clapback. But I did neither one was true. But I do think, to your point, like I said on Twitter that he does this before a lot of projects, right? He clears the air of how he's feeling. He had
he did the artist too. He cleared out the Instagram and everything.
Yeah.
That's when you know it's serious.
He did the
when
Cure.
you clear out your socials.
It's time for album. And I think he didn't want any more questions about it. He probably won't do an interview. He's just going to drop a conceptual album. What's interesting, though, is if you look at, to bring full circle on this, I think it was on Cole Summer. No, it was on The Cure. Yeah, Cole Summer, which was before Born Sinner, I believe. Mm-hmm. He said, I'm at the strip club throwing thousands with Drizzy. Only difference is I'm throwing 10s, he's throwing 50s. And so even back then, which was 10 years ago, damn near,
like you're the richer, more successful,
bigger bro,
cool big bro.
Yeah. So, but I do think he's getting ready for album time, and I'm excited for the fallout. So.
That's what. Right. So again, I think Cole's intentions are pure. I think he's an elite MC. I think the rap record is dope. I even like the melody and the sing-songy shit at the end.
Yep.
But
same song that Cleo sold that Big Sean sampled in the thing.
I would like for everyone to just be aware. That's all.
Yeah.
Awareness is needed.
Well, speaking of awareness, Big Sean, you just dropped a Up Rocks cover story.
Shout out to Big Sean, man. Up Rocks, man. We did a nice little cover story. I hope you check it out. I feel like, again, y'all stop sleeping on this Big Sean album, man.
It's a really good album.
It's a really good album. I think a lot of records this year are getting lost, man. It's just so much turnaround with music. I think Don Toliver dropped a good project. Like I think we gotta do a show down the line of like how many good albums kind of are not getting enough recognition. And Sean's at the top of the list, so it was good to give him that look and super cool.
I thought it was interesting that he talked about third verses on there.
He's super proud of the third verses.
He's like, I brought, and it made me think like, when did the third verse die, and what are some of the most impactful third verses ever? Like, is there a time where we looked at it like I know attention spans were shorter, streaming happened, but like, is there a time where it's like the third verse is no longer needed now?
When streaming.
Which was like when it became really popular.
Shorter tunes,
Apple
shorter music.
And Spotify.
So what they do is, if we shoot an episode of The Bigger Picture, let's say we don't at all, but let's say we make $10,000 an episode, right?
If somebody wants to give $10K for a sponsorship,
we all get $10,000 an episode. Yeah. Doesn't matter if the episode, if we get $10, our contract is $10 per episode. It doesn't matter if the episode is 30 minutes or it doesn't matter if the episode is 40 minutes.
Yeah.
We get per episode. Instead of us shooting 90-minute episodes, we're gonna shoot 3 30-minute episodes.
Yeah. To get to the paper.
That's what streaming is.
So before, when there wasn't
that's what streaming is.
Did a third verse, like, did a longer song get you more money beforehand?
No.
So why would they? It's still.
It was just the format of songs at that time. Like we don't have bridges on songs, which bridges need to come back too. That's also why you see a lot of success in the R&B and like the I guess you can call it melodic rap.
Yeah.
Because there's melody, there's bridges, there's hooks. That's the essence of a song structure traditionally. You know what I'm saying? You can yell fiend for 2 minutes, but
no, you can't. Please don't.
It means demon. Get that song out of here.
But I'm just saying,
demon.
Yeah, can you imagine? Can you imagine him getting in the middle of Metlife and just saying demon, and everyone yelling it together?
That'd be like
how satanic
that'd be like Panic in Middle America stuff. White ladies crying and signs. The demon song is killing these kids.
You remember, like you'll see, like also Away has gone real production. Whereas like real producers will get in and make and craft real songs with real musicians and instruments and now niggas email a beat or they got them on YouTube or not from YouTube. Type beats, whatever, right? So everything's microwave. So now it doesn't matter because the consumer is just like it's throwaway, it's tangible. That's why you look at songs are getting shorter because if I have an album that's 60 minutes, right? And I got 60 songs on there and they're 1 minute each. I'm gonna make more if I do that.
There's incentive now.
Yeah, it's just
we're incentivized to make shorter records. I mean, it's rare to get a third verse nowadays. And even now, like I see, it's funny how you go to Genius sometimes. It's like, is this even a verse? Or it's like they say it's a pre-chorus. Yeah. It starts with a big pre-chorus, a pre-hook, and yeah, the structure is just you know what it is. The whole thing to me is about. It's all driven now by more melody, right, than lyrics per se, right? The majority of hip hop you hear. I mean, I guess we'll get to it later about Tommy Richman type shit. I really started to think about it. To me, it's all alternative hip hop. It's just a different form of hip hop. Like, I don't think Tommy Richman is R&B. I think all this stuff is Travis influenced by a lot of kids. It's alternative hip hop. It's more melody driven than bars, you know. And I think that's the thing. I remember sitting with a rock critic back in the day, like old rock critics, you know, the Standard or whatever. And I was teasing them because it was like, you know, back then they would sell us Bob Dylan and you know, Neil Diamond, all those people. I was like, what happened to rock music, man? Why isn't rock music active anymore? I remember the battles we had for hip hop to like take over pop culture, and it's like he's like, Elliot, what do you want from me? Like, my kid listens to Travis Scott. He listens to Travis Scott, so they're listening to Travis Scott the way people would listen to rock bands back then. So obviously, you can't tell me Tommy Richman is not influenced by Travis Scott and these sort of sounds, and all of it now is just driven sort of shorter, structured, alternative hip hop, melody driven records. So yeah, so when Big Sean is rapping his ass off, kind of like this old third bar, like free verses, like it's a fucking Nas Illmatic or Jay-Z Reasonable Doubt, it does get overlooked because that's not what the majority of the listeners are checking in with right now. It doesn't go with the times right now, actually.
I love when third verses give you closure. Like, I think the third verse is necessary for songs where it's very conceptual, or there's a feature that really matters to close it, or even when people kind of do two different things on the verses and then close it on the third verse. I got to think of a couple examples, but shout out to Sean.
That's only because you've been conditioned to a third verse. If I'm 19, I've never been conditioned to a third verse. That's not. If I'm 15, like, a third verse don't mean shit to me because I've never been a condition. Like, I stopped eating meat, like, pause. I stopped eating meat like a year and a half ago, right? If I ate a burger right now, I would probably throw up because my body's not conditioned for that anymore. So it's more about learning and unlearning things, and then also conditioning people and the audiences for this thing. If everybody in the industry started doing third verses, it would recondition the audience for third verses. That you only have that awareness is because you were conditioned for that.
Well, speaking of learning and conditioning and Tommy Richman and hip hop, I feel
yeah,
like
because we never got to this DJ Hed Tommy Richman battle. Can we explain the timeline?
So
we never got to
this is the real battle.
And I don't get and I'm going to take my credit in this, which I don't get no credit yet. So let's give the backstory about what happened.
So it actually is so funny how this happened.
This one,
this
from
happened.
TMZ is the one you.
This was immediate.
Former TMZ employee, right?
Yeah, shout out to Trent, former HipHopDX editor-in-chief as well at TMZ.
The DJ Hed Tommy Richman feud.
The battle we've all been waiting
for. Took over hip-hop.
And it's funny, this happened almost immediately after our last episode where you gave a great review of Tommy's album.
No, let me jump in. I saw on my timeline, because I don't get my goddamn credit, man. I'm the king of social media. I'm the king of social media. There's no one better.
No one posts more on Instagram.
I'm the king. It's a fucking living, breathing magazine. I've been doing this. I am the culture. This is what it is. So in real time, I saw Tommy tweet, you know, typical artist shit. Coyote, my album's the album of the year. Okay, pride, my brother. Believe in your shit. Do you, king, as DJ Hed would say. And then he says, well, he said, I'm not a hip hop artist. So I immediately post that. I screened the two things together. That's my that's my screenshot.
That's your screen grab. I did that screen grab. That.
And we have a group chat because guys have to have a group chat.
King.
I'm here for it, man.
Yeah.
Tired of it. I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. My back hurt, man. I'm 52 years old.
Pause.
We have a group chat, obviously, because we do a show together. We share little anecdotes of hip hop. So I throw it in the group chat, just thinking it's, you know, maybe something we'll talk about, blah, blah. DJ Hed goes in immediately, gets his pistol, and goes in. What happened, man?
He said,
what made you jump in?
Gets his pistol?
You're not that active on social like that you be that reactionary, Elvis.
I had a reaction.
You jumped in.
I didn't jump in.
Would you like to read your own tweets?
No.
Okay, we'll read them for you.
No,
we said for show. So every hip hop station playing $1 Million Baby or Devil Is a Lie, he abbreviated both, should stop today. Thanks for the heads up, spelt HEDS with a black fist emoji.
Yo, you corporate thugged him.
And then
you try to blackball him off the radio.
No, I didn't.
You put the power down on him. You said,
I wasn't even
getting out of rotation.
Station. No, I didn't.
And you did a rally cry for all the other urban stations to rally around.
Oh,
and
rally
then he
cry.
Said,
yes.
Glad I
Pistol?
got the PSA.
What's this verbiage
with a black
you using?
power fist.
You said I went in. You said I jumped out there when I got my pistol. I did a rally cry.
You immediately tried to nullify his hit record.
This is a verbal hit piece.
You want to pull him off media base?
Yeah, he did say, glad I got a PSA before my radio mix. I now have 2 open slots. What should I play? From an artist proud to be hip hop in brackets. Then Tommy said, I'll say it again. I'm thankful for everything.
No, that's not what he said first.
Oh, no. First
he had
actually,
to kiss that DJ Hed ring because he's like, don't be taking my spins away.
First, he brought it back and he said, he said,
what's your number, man? What's your number?
He said, I meant to say I'm not solely a hip hop artist. And then Hed replied, saying, that's fine. Let me
I think he apologized and said something before that to Hed. Once Hed threatened to rally DJs across America to stop playing his music on these urban radio stations. You're an influential radio host, personality.
Yeah, I'm a radio host. And with a little bit of influence.
And you play these Tommy Richman records?
I play both records.
Which is what?
I like Devil. I was the first one to jump out there on Devil is a Lie amongst the people that I know because people were stuck on $1 Million. I'm like, Devil is a Lie is fire.
Oh, you like Devil is a Lie better than $1 Million Baby?
Absolutely. It's 93 BPM.
Hey, America, we need another 93 BPM record to replace this Tommy Richman song. Let's figure out what it could be.
This was genuine, though, Jeremy Hecht.
Yeah, explain. What made you, Elliott shared the tweet to you. You was aware of it.
Yes. Screenshotted it.
What happens from then, DJ Hed?
You want to read this one or no?
Okay.
I want to know. I want to know the mind state. Okay,
we'll read this. Okay. So then he said, I'll say again, I'm thankful for everything. I'm saying I don't want to be boxed in. I grew up on hip hop, but I'm a singer. And DJ Hed said, understood. However, there are nuances that can be perceived when statements are made. I don't believe you have malicious intent, but I do believe there is much to be learned about the system that you have entered within this thing we do. I hope it works out for you. And he says, black fist emoji, brackets, not sarcasm.
I wanted to be clear. I wasn't being facetious. Yeah. What? Why? What are we clapping for?
It was a good scolding.
It was a scolding? Now you jumping on this shit?
I'm giving him credit. The king of social.
It's not a scolding?
That's not a scolding.
Let's look up the word scolding.
Look it up, Jeremy Hecht.
That's not a scolding.
This little boy. I didn't
little boy.
Not little boy.
A white dude,
I'm
a little boy.
Bro, everybody's a little boy. Like,
see, OGing him.
Okay, scolding
I didn't
is
OG him.
Scolding is an angry rebuke or reprimand. We won't say you were angry.
No, it wasn't
maybe
angry.
It was just it wasn't a full.
It was informational. It was informative.
Yes.
I think that. Okay, let me back up.
He says, I'm not a hip hop artist.
Yes. I have an initial reaction to that because of the spaces that white people have occupied and then they denounce those things. Number one, that's not why I responded. The reason why I responded was because he holds real estate on hip hop radio. A lot of real estate. You're talking about
two major hits.
Remember? Do you remember a couple weeks ago when I showed you the media base?
Yeah.
It was Not Like Us and $1 Million Baby.
Yeah.
Was right there. You can go back to the footage, right? So me being a radio personality and a DJ, and I come from radio, I understand how beholden radio real estate is. I've been in those situations, and you can ask anybody on my team where it's like we have 2 slots and we have 8 records, and we have to decide what out of those 8 records, what 2 slots to put those records in. And that determines the trajectory of someone's record. Like when you say somebody like Big Sean, man, these records ain't getting the due that they owe. It also depends. You can also go back to this when I said I have personally been a victim of Lil Wayne saturation because Lil Wayne had so many records on the radio at one time where our record, they just couldn't put it in. It was just like, yo, we just can't play.
He was a victim to his own.
You know what I mean? Like, so I understand how these things work. We have something, this is some industry shit for you, but we have something called a mix list. That's not to be confused with the programming list. The programming list are records that are just getting played all day, every day.
All during the day.
They're just programmed into the system. The mix list is what the DJs control. And it's not, we can't, newsflash, I don't know if you know or not, we can't just play whatever the fuck we want. That's not how it works on radio. You have what's called a mix list. These are sanctioned records because I'll give you another anecdote. When you go on the radio, let's say right now today, and Jeremy Hecht he gave us this fire record he made yesterday, right? And I just go on the radio and I play it, and it is registered correctly within Mediabase, it's gonna pop up as a 1. That Mediabase I showed you, seen how I say like 16,000 spins, 8,000 spins, whatever it is. It's gonna show a 1, and it's gonna show my radio station, my time slot.
Damn, you get outed like that? It'd be like the one spin came from there.
The whole country can see that you're the only person in the world playing this song. You look crazy. Because you're on. We call that you being on an island by yourself. So are you taking money to play this record, or are you looking out for the homie? This is not what this is for. The radio station is not to look out for the homies. The radio station is for mass consumption, so we can sell advertising. That being said, radio real estate is incredibly valuable, and it's incredibly sacred to me because that's where I come from. I've had to make those decisions where I knew pulling this song out to put this Beyonce record in, or pulling this song out to put a Drake record in, is going to tank this person's record, and they got to go back to the studio and figure it out, right? So that was the reason why I actually responded, is because, oh, well, let's take the records off of hip hop radio if you don't want anything to do with this like that, right? You can stay. If the record's already been number 2 in the country forever.
Yeah.
You've already gotten top 40 radio. Again, this is some industry shit. Y'all niggas don't know how radio works. There's stages to radio. You go urban, you go rhythm, you go top 40. Urban offers you the least amount of spins. Hip hop offers you the least amount of awareness in the United States. Then you go to rhythm. So rhythm radio allows you the next level, a lot of visibility and spins. Then you go top 40. He's already top 40. You don't need this bottom tier anymore. Let's put Big Sean in there. Let's put Glorilla's new record in there. Hold on. Let's put that's where I was coming from. I wasn't coming from a malicious place like, let's blackball this dude. Like, I don't know him.
But you're saying he needs to appreciate that he's being played on his hip hop. He has these hip hop songs that are being played.
Correct.
Master. So you can't denounce hip hop.
Correct.
And get these spins in your mind.
Correct. So I was strictly coming from an industry radio standpoint when I said that initially. I don't know this dude, don't have malicious intent towards him. Then when he responded and stuff like that, I'm like, okay, cool. But understood. However, there are nuances. You don't understand the music business because you just got here.
Yeah.
That's where I was coming from an educational standpoint. It wasn't like me scolding him and stuff like that. He ended up DMing me. He gave me his number. Like, I reached out to him. Like, I don't have a problem with Tommy Richman, but I also don't like that. I also saw a lot of people scolding him like he should know better. No, he shouldn't. He hasn't learned anything. You can't fault a 7th grader for not learning high school curriculum if they haven't learned it yet.
So you were offended and felt the need to educate.
I always feel the need to educate. I give away so much free game on this show because people don't fucking know. Yeah. They don't know about media base. You don't also, another thing, I'll say this too, in response to this radio conversation. All you DJs out here playing records of artists that you fuck with or you like, these niggas, these DJs, whoever work at the radio station, whoever works on these platforms, they don't fuck with you like that because they're not telling you that your record is not registered on media base. They don't fuck with you like that. There's people who I have got into it with because they're like, oh, you don't support me. Justin is playing my record. Why are you not playing it? Well, did Justin tell you your record's not registered on media base? No, he just playing my shit. It's going up. Yes, but you have zeros across the board. So when you go to a label and try to get some money for your situation, you're going to show zeros across the board. So who really fuck with you?
And which it could do something for your visibility, but what you're saying is
no,
there's two
it's not helping you. It's a pseudo way of helping someone for clout. Right? Not picking on Justin. That's not what I'm doing, but that was a real life example of what has happened. So in these situations, I really want people to understand what that looks like. And that's why I said to him, there are nuances that you don't really understand. You just got here. I'm willing to, which is why I hit him back when he DM'd me. He has my number, and I'm willing to educate people, but when you step out there and you do things like this, it's like, you don't really fully understand the magnitude of what you're doing because not only are we playing both of your records on hip hop radio, that means that 2 records nationwide are not getting played because we're playing your shit.
Jeremy, how fair do you think it is? Because I mean, I've seen the comparison often, like, look at Post Malone, right? He did White Iverson, and that was embraced by hip hop community, and then now he's damn near a country artist. Like, so, as a white MC in the game, it's like, I
wasn't even really going there with it.
No, but that's what people know. A lot of people connected
that's
that to
how
that.
They took it. Yeah,
like, we're not going to receive that well. We're not going to receive a white person in hip hop doing well out the gate, a new artist denouncing hip hop in a sense, or saying he's not hip hop. We feel burned. I feel burned somewhat from the Post Malone situation. I like Posty. I like him. I like his manager Dre London, but I do feel like he did get hot through hip hop. Quavo and all these collaborations, and now look at what he is. He's not really connected to the culture that way, and it says some negative things about it before. What's going on?
No, go ahead.
Yeah, so I wonder your take on it, Jeremy. Of like, do you think that's also a thing where it's like, as a white dude in hip hop, profiting because I have one of the biggest hip hop records of the year, we can't accept him saying I'm not hip hop.
Also, when you answer that, what's on the screen, Jeremy Hecht?
Hip-hop rap.
Tommy Richman's genre of Devil Is a Lie.
But then it's also R&B. It's R&B also on some of the other DSPs too. So it's again, it's alternative hip hop. It's like people don't leave out of label shit anymore.
No, so it's funny because I feel like there's always a responsibility, especially being a white dude in hip hop, to talk about these things. Like I made a video and it kind of aged well for this. I made it 3 or 4 weeks ago. We were talking about Ian, the rapper that Tyler, the Creator, kind of had some critique of and said he's cosplaying as, Future, a rapper from Atlanta. And this is, no dig to Ian specifically, but my point was what I called a white pivot foot in hip hop, where it's very easy to, in basketball, the pivot foot is you can, move in 2 different directions. You could pump fake, you can go back, you can do a fadeaway. In hip hop, what happens a lot of times are these people have a pivot foot where they have 1 foot in, they get what they need from hip hop, right? A Post Malone, even though he might want to be a country singer or want to be a pop star, and that might be his ultimate goal, he's got the braids, he's got the gold teeth, he's on Go Flex, he literally has that in the hook about his braids and his gold teeth. He calls himself White Iverson. He literally has a hip hop sounding song as his big introduction to the world. There's a difference between being a part of the culture and being on the outside, which we've discussed. But there's also a very big difference of when people disregard what something has done for them and completely shun it away versus being like, I'm not completely that, but I respect and I appreciate what this has done for me. Tommy Richman's comments, I don't know what happened before this. To my knowledge, it was unprompted. He kind of just tweeted this, or that's what it appeared to us. So it appeared for him to say, foot in the line, I'm a pivot foot out of hip hop. I know this song is on radio. I know this song.
He probably don't know, too.
Or maybe he doesn't know. Maybe it's ignorance.
I think he knows.
Okay, let's just say he knows that the song had some hip hop influence, even if he wants to call himself a singer. I know this was a part of hip hop culture. I don't really want that. Refer to me as this. Let me move over here. Now, his intention might not have been malicious, but I think by doing that, you're doing the exact same thing that Post Malone did when he said, I don't love hip hop like that. He said, I got rock singers tattooed on me. He's like, that's not me. I don't like hip hop. Miley Cyrus used hip hop, goes in. Mike Will made it. Bangers. Even her hits on that 23, she uses rappers. Juicy J. Even if you don't want to say I am hip hop, you can say I'm very thankful for what hip hop has done
hip-hop
for
audience
me.
That embraces me.
I want to make a pop album. I want to make an R&B album, but I'll never disregard what hip hop has done. I'm so thankful for this. If you say something like that, if Post Malone said, "Hey, I want to make a country album, but I'll always be so thankful that hip hop embraced me as a white dude, and all these songs really are what made me here. I'll never abandon it." So I think that there's this line in the sand that people should be offended by when people draw it. When you're a Tommy Richman or a Post Malone or a Miley Cyrus in all different categories, and you don't show love and respect to what got you to where you're at, and you disregard it and brush it off like,
I get offended when someone says anything like that. Hip hop is everything, and it's just like, you're part of this culture. You're not turning this success away, right? You don't want to lose those spins. We see how quickly he reacted to that, and that's just like one influential person saying that. So yeah, I think I was happy for the DJ Hed jumped out the window. Checked him for the culture. You checked him for the culture. You jumped out.
You crawled out the window. It wasn't a jump.
I didn't check him.
You popped out. You popped out and showed him.
Trent, like when I read the TMZ article, I was like, what? Like y'all verbiage.
Oh, please, what? Why do you? Listen, man, there's nuances, man. Don't try to play this innocent, like, oh, me, I did not know it was going to be
It said
XYZ.
Kendrick Lamar Gunner empties clip on Tommy Richman. What the fuck is going on?
Kudos to that writer, whoever that is. Whoever that writer is.
Have you ever been referred to as that?
No, I'm not a gunner, bro. I'm a registered gun owner in the United States of America in the great state of California. Shout out to Gavin Newsom. That's not the same. That's
Big
not
Gav.
That's not the same thing, though.
No, it's not.
So you have no regrets.
So look, I told you the first thing, the second thing.
Yes.
The third thing is the cultural implication. And yes, there is a conversation that should and needs to be had about these things. I wasn't even thinking about the Post Malone or the Miley Cyrus or none of that shit. I was thinking about something as simple as Tommy Hilfiger. I don't know, and I'm old enough to remember when he was like, you can go do your research on this, kids. I don't even know if y'all fuck with Tommy Hilfiger like that.
He's coming back. He got Wu-Tang.
He came back around and started doing shit with black people.
Yeah,
but he was
got
like,
some new thing with Wu-Tang.
He actually didn't want black people wearing his clothes.
Yeah.
straight up said it. Like, yeah, that's not what I make my clothes.
After Grand Poobah made it famous.
We blew your shit up. So I'm looking at it like there are historical contexts that apply to these situations that continuously infringe.
Well, that was the thing with Jay-Z. Why we have Ace of Spades is
that
because
continuously infringe on Black culture.
Sorry.
And that's the problem. So I'm not even thinking about the musicians who do it. Fuck them. That's whatever. I'm thinking about just the people in the world who do this. And look, for instance, when Lil Nas X came out, he's a hip hop artist. Is he? Was Old Town Road a hip hop song?
No.
You know what I'm saying? Then shout out to Garth Brooks. Shout out to Garth Brooks, an ally. Garth Brooks went and jumped on that song.
No, Billy Ray.
Billy Ray Cyrus.
Yeah,
Billy Ray Cyrus went and jumped on the song. Shout out to Billy Ray Cyrus. Not you, Garth. You ain't did shit yet.
He might have done some.
He might have done some shit. He might have marched during 2020.
No, I'm saying there's other rumors about him right now.
Right. Billy Ray Cyrus went and jumped on the song with Lil Nas X, legitimized him, stood next to the sign, and was like, "No, it's Billy Ray Cyrus. It's Lil Nas X and Billy Ray Cyrus." Those types of things matter because of the box that Tommy Richman claimed he didn't want to be put in. He low key is doing the same thing. Does that?
Yeah. Well, the problem is a lot of people in hip hop do that to outsiders, and then the outsiders kind of shun their, like, they disregard it. That's what happened, right? Miley comes into hip hop. Everyone does embrace her. Juicy J has her arm. Mike Will has his arm.
Well, I think they had some shit though.
I mean, they might have had some shit, but we don't know that to be facts. But I'm just saying, there was people that definitely embraced her, and then she was the one guy. I don't really like that music. So I think if it would have been the same if Billy Ray Cyrus jumped out there, put his arm around Lil Nas X, said, "Come on, let's make a #1 hit," and then Lil Nas X said, country, this whole thing, don't ever refer to me as that again. That would be disrespectful. I think the country world would be like, we just fought for you to be on the country charts. And even though, like, the people that actually fought for him, the people that actually did something for him, they'd be disrespected.
Also, I'm not, okay, this transitions into a whole nother conversation. I recently just had this conversation with the homie Rotimi, right? Are we at a point now where we want to just do away with genre and you just be an artist? Now, that could work two ways. One, you get to be artistically ambiguous. You get to be identify as whatever the fuck you want to identify as. Now, you also are putting yourself in a situation when they do these awards, you're competing against everybody. So then is music just music? Do we want that?
I believe in hip hop. I think hip hop needs to claim more. I think Lil Nas X is hip hop. I think he's a hip hop kid who made a country sounding song, grew up a fan of Nicki Minaj.
Why is he hip hop?
It's all hip hop to me.
Well, why is
because hip hop is so influential in pop culture. I don't think people realize that it's still, because again, now if it's melody driven, it's the same thing. I think if you're a young kid, you're approaching hip hop melody. Those are the songs you're listening to.
I also want to clarify, people who are ignorant, hip hop culture is not just rap. Like Mary J. Blige was hip hop.
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying? Like there are Chris Brown is hip hop.
Yes, exactly. That's my point.
It's not just identifying certain. I heard I think Nadeska has said that, shout out to Ebro too, gave me props, but I think Nadeska has said, like, he meant to say that he's not a rapper. And that would have probably been fair.
Yeah.
And he probably would have had a different response.
Hip hop is a culture that he then stepped on rather
But
than
I don't think he knows that.
No, I don't think it's like Cole. I don't think malicious intent, but where you come from, you said there's consequences.
It's still it's like, you might not have malicious intent in saying some wild shit on camera and they go all crazy and they cancel and sue the fuck out of Uproxx and all this kind of,
hopefully not.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I'm just saying,
hey.
I'm just saying, like,
first you try to get him canceled with the N-word, man. This is good for business, man.
Going down.
I'm just saying, like, intention matters, which is why I didn't necessarily think that, like, people told me, I don't even say people, like, who,
your phone was blowing up.
Phone was crazy. It's like, well, we felt like you showed him grace, and I'm like, I wasn't trying to, like, y'all say, scold him or empty the clip.
You didn't bleed him.
No, you didn't.
You teased him.
You did. You educated in a very mature way, I think. I don't think a lot of people would be able to do that.
That's all. I'd never have a malicious intent towards anyone about anything, even when you have wronged or violated me. That's not my intention. My intention is to educate or to use my platform responsibly.
It's funny you mentioned Old Town Road because it transitions perfectly into Not Like Us. So Not Like Us spent 21 weeks at #1 on the Hot Rap Songs.
Yeah,
episode
currently
21.
It's still 21. 21.
But what's funny is it surpassed Industry Baby, Lil Nas X and Jack Harlow, and Lil Nas X Old Town Road with Billy Ray Cyrus, which we were just saying is a country song. And so it's so funny that there was this big fight to have that be a country song on the charts, which it was denied at first. And then it became a rap song and spent 20 weeks as a rap song. So it's weird. Like, to your point, should this not even be should Lil Nas X not even be on this list?
No, all those records are hip hop records.
Hotline Bling.
He's with Jack Harlow, DJ Hed's favorite rapper, and Jack Harlow's rapping his ass off on that record. So that's a hip hop record.
Why is Jack Harlow my favorite rapper?
He's one of your favorites. You like Jack?
He's one of my favorite. When did I ever say that?
Is he your favorite
all the
white
time.
rapper?
If you
He's
watch
not
the
even
show,
my favorite white rapper.
Eminem.
I thought he was a leader of the new generation. You white man.
He did say you did say he's like the new guy.
Are you denouncing your love for Jack Harlow?
What is happening right now? That's not what I said. I didn't say he's the guy or whatever.
You
I
said you really liked the way that he carried himself.
I think
and
that
made
Jack
rap
Harlow.
songs.
Oh, we gotta Jeremy, production. Let's rewind.
Rewind it then.
Jack Harlow.
Jack Harlow is.
Are you back? You take it back?
Jack Harlow is a dope rapper who navigates the space extremely well. He's a tactician, and I think that he definitely needs to be acknowledged.
And you didn't like that Jackman shit? You do it all.
I didn't like the Jackman album. That's not a secret though.
So who's your favorite white rapper then? If it's
Eminem.
Okay, true.
I'm old.
Showing your
bro.
age. Okay,
That's who got you into hip hop. You said, right?
Bro, I got in trouble for I got the Marshall Mathers LP, bro. I got in trouble for that CD in real life.
Yeah. But so Kendrick's record now is 21 weeks. It surpassed Hotline Bling. It surpassed Panda.
So it didn't come
Mood.
and go.
It did not come and go.
And we're gonna hear it next February.
We're gonna hear it next February. You put an eye emoji. Was that directed at anything in particular in response to this?
No, it's just like when you CC people, like I CC my manager on shit, it's for visibility.
So you just want people to know.
For visibility.
Yeah. Visibility.
CC.
Elliott. You CC. Was there anyone in particular? Because you CC your manager, you have to put an emo. Is there like a specific person you wanted visibility to see this?
Just the ether.
Well, I'm happy that Not Like Us surpassed Old Town Road. It's more of a hip hop record, I would say. So I like it being bestowed with the title.
Shout out to Missy
and it's
Elliott
currently
too.
running. It could be 22 weeks too, right? It's off and running.
It could be.
It's currently 21
I'm ready
weeks
for
in a
the
row.
broccoli. I want my veggies. Are we getting the broccoli ever?
What the fuck is he
I
talking
woke
about?
up looking
I
for
don't
it,
even know.
Oh, you
and I
talking
still
about
haven't found it.
Bro, just listen to the snippet like everybody else.
But it's just I looped it enough, and I want the real.
Okay.
Oh, the K-Dot snippet.
Yeah,
Well, call him and ask him and get the
Can you call him? I'll ask
How does it
him.
go?
no,
Jeremy?
call him and get the record.
Well, if you give me his number, I'll call him and be like, "Hey, Kendrick, can I get the record?" But I don't have his number. How am I gonna call him?
DM the nigga.
You think I'm gonna DM Kendrick and he's gonna be like, "Bet," and drop it?
Hey, stranger things have happened.
Okay, I'm gonna DM him right now. I'm going to Kendrick Lamar's page.
There's something wrong with y'all.
Okay. Kendrick Lamar, 16.7 million followers following one person. He has a lot of message requests.
Who's he following?
Message. It says be respectful and follow our community guidelines. Okay.
Who's the one person he's following?
I gotta look after. I'm in mid-message. Yo, dot.
You feel comfortable just calling a man Dot out the gate like that?
You're right.
Mr. Lamar.
Hi, Mr. Lamar.
Mr. Duckworth.
Mr. Lamar.
Sir.
Hello, good sir. Okay. Hello, sir.
Champ.
Mr. Lamar.
You guys say champ.
I'll put a crown emoji. Would that help?
No.
Okay, I'll take it out. All right. Hello, sir, Mr. Lamar. I was wondering if it would be possible.
If not, it's cool, but I had to ask.
For
we kind of, sort of should go out.
us to get the
No.
Quote.
Don't do that.
Okay.
You.
For me to hear the full version.
Oh, you just want your own little private listening session?
No, well,
You not bringing the homies?
Okay,
Tell him
okay.
to send you the record, champ.
Of the so-called broccoli snippet from the beginning of Not Like Us. If not, all good. I appreciate your art for the world. Thanks kindly for everything you do.
Oh, God. Jesus Christ.
Signed off, the other Canadian.
No, see,
Yeah,
that's what you're fucking
that's
up,
too
champ.
much?
That's not the
Okay,
right ending.
that's-
No,
okay.
no.
Signed a
I
friend of a friend of a friend. That's true, right? You're a friend of his, and I'm a friend of you, so it could be
Whatever.
okay. Okay.
We're never getting this record now. See,
all right.
You guys ruined it.
So, hello, sir. I have to read it over one more time.
Please, no spelling errors.
Hello, sir, Mr. Lamar. I'm wondering if it would be possible for me to hear the full version of the song called Broccoli Snippet, of the so-called Broccoli Snippet from the beginning of Not Like Us. If not, all good. I appreciate your art for the world. Thanks kindly for everything you do.
So
he's gonna be like, why is this 8-year-old kid DMing me?
If he hits you back with a laughing emoji, would that make your day?
Make my year, yeah.
All right, bet.
Okay. All right.
I forgot about the snippet.
I didn't.
You know the lyrics? You get the lyrics?
Woke up looking for the broccoli hockey and keep a horn on me like a mossy.
So go ahead, get your shit off.
Because
the
homeboy
blueprint was
that's a
by
musician.
me.
So what? Say it again. Sorry.
So
Reincarnated.
I have a question.
I'm a stargazer. Life goes on. I need all my baby. Woke up looking for the broccoli hockey. Keep a horn on me like a mossy. Okay.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Why does he move like that when he's rapping?
The little jittery thing.
Yeah. Is that the jigaboo shit?
No. That was
That's old school.
that was the West Coast
Old
bop.
school.
That was not the West Coast bop.
I was doing the beat.
No,
with my
nigga.
body.
That was not the West. That was the WB Frog jigaboo shit.
I am just gonna exit this conversation.
All the
I enjoyed the vocals,
WB.
though.
Thank you. You
I
liked
enjoyed
it?
the vocals, though.
You
I
liked
enjoyed
it?
the vocals.
Okay, thank you. You know what? Thank you.
The vocals was crisp. The vocals was crisp.
Put on a
King.
fucking top hat and some. You know what that was?
What?
That was a Little Brother album. And I'll let you decide which one.
It could be any, or you're just called like the little brother, the group, or like as if I'm your little brother.
No, that was an album title of a.
I have the answer. The Minstrel Show.
Jesus.
Yeah.
How did this go from me? All I wanted.
Because you was like, look, this is how they do it in hip hop.
I did not. All I wanted.
This is what them niggas look like.
You see, I'm trying to be for the people and get the record that we all want, and this isn't helping. This is not helping. We're not. Now we're never getting broccoli.
Tap a tap. Y'all come. We don't tap dance no more as a people, man. What happened to
Well,
tapping?
we have rights now, Elliot.
We don't tap dance no more, right?
What the fuck you talking about? Shit.
You letting rights get away?
Django is a free man.
Tap dancing. Tap dancing.
You got papers?
No.
You ain't got no papers?
I don't know. I was born here, brother. I was here.
Oh, all right.
I'm light skinned. I'm here.
So Travis Scott just did
Demon.
Metlife Arena.
What's your demon dance?
No, I don't even.
Demon.
I rebuke.
Are you a fist pump in the concert guy?
Are you a fister?
Are you throw your hands in the air? They say, if they tell you to throw your hands in the air, you throw them in the air?
What I will say is anytime a rapper asks for something on stage in terms of like crowd participation,
You jump in and do it.
I do it because I know what it was like to be like 15 on a stage and ask for people to put their hands up and like seeing the two people to put their hands up in the crowd.
So
and
you
you're
do
like,
it.
Thank you. So I do it. Yeah.
So you say ho.
I say ho. Hey. Oh, I do it. Yeah.
So what about, I have a question. This is not, okay, so like you participate when the artist,
I know where you're going. I know where you're going with this, but you can go there anyways.
you know, I'm going north because I'm free. So look.
God. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. This show is educational.
It is.
It is an educational show.
American history.
Saturday morning, they need some education.
American history.
Education is needed. They don't have history books. They don't know the right Wikipedias to go to. They need education.
Okay, educate. Let's go.
You're an educator, DJ Hed.
So when they say, all my ladies make some motherfucking noise, your girl go crazy, right?
Hopefully not too crazy. But yeah, she might scream.
And then when they say, all my niggas make some motherfucking noise, what do? You just stand there? Either way, it's a bad answer, but what do you do?
I just don't make noise, yeah.
Elise is calling cat.
How is that bad?
Elise has been to many shows with you.
I just don't respond. What do you mean? I can't like if they said everybody in the building make some noise.
Elise says that's cap.
What's this?
Elise
Why
says
is that
that's
cap?
cap. Elise is here.
Smell
Cat.
Oh my gosh.
So,
Why is that? First of all, when did you make all these? Second of all,
The producer's mad.
did you have a
Jeremy
separate
Hecht,
meeting?
producer of the Bigger Picture, is mad.
This is crazy.
Your whole staff is working against you,
I
King.
fuck with this show.
I thought
This
this
is
was
his
my
show.
team.
Who really runs OVO? Who really runs this? You thought you was in charge.
Yeah, so now you can't say that
Who's
I
working
make
for who?
everyone do things. Second of all, what is the cap?
You party. Do he do that dance though that he just did? She said you enjoying the music, and you was.
But he's asking a specific thing. He said if somebody asked what was the question? If they say what on stage?
If they say all my niggas make some motherfucking noise.
You think I make noise? This is crazy.
Hey,
they're just besmirching my name.
No, we fuck with you though. You good. Okay. So look,
I can't.
You're not paying attention to.
I am unaware though. I am very unaware.
So you don't hear the word.
So I might not have heard the word.
Got you.
Okay.
Well, it don't matter. It don't matter. Okay. It don't matter. Let's fiend or whatever the fuck we.
You're just gonna go. Now we're just back to Travis Scott and Metlife.
Oh no. Yeah, fiend.
Okay. No, I would not. I'm not yelling fiend. Okay, I'm not yelling. I'd rather yell "Devil is alive" than fiend.
Wow.
Because
Well, see, why'd you go there? You should have went there.
we don't have to go back.
I'm just asking why.
Don't
Because
go north.
it's a
Don't go north.
rebuking of. No, I won't go there. It's rebuking of the satanic.
So fuck Travis Scott, Tommy Richman.
No. That's not what I'm saying.
I
shout out to both of them. You said there was influence. Let's bring it back from the influence to Travis Scott. Can we say though that we all owe Travis Scott an apology for not immediately mentioning him as maybe the biggest superstar in rap right now?
No, I mentioned him. I said he was in there.
Okay.
Yeah, I mentioned him.
Okay.
Yeah. You know what? Get mad that never comes up. We never think about Tyler the Creator as a superstar.
Yes, we owe Tyler.
I love Tyler, and
Yeah.
I still never think of Tyler like that. Tyler's become like his own anomaly. It's crazy how
I
we
would
don't
like to know what.
view him that way. What?
I would like to know. I would like to see Travis Scott blood work.
What?
His blood work.
You want to know if he's B positive?
I want. No,
You think he's an alien?
I don't know what you're
Say it
talking
again.
about.
Say it again.
You want to know if you can like donate blood to him and it's gonna match? When
That's
would
some
you use that
satanic shit right
information?
there.
When would you use that? You're just wondering because he might pass out on stage and you might need an IV.
I've never seen Travis
IV
Scott.
drip.
I've never seen Travis Scott with a long sleeve shirt on. So
That's facts.
So or even a shirt with sleeves, right? And I know a lot of black people be anemic.
Oh, so you think you want to diagnose him with anemia? A lack of blood cells? A lack of
No,
white
like
blood cells?
he low iron, so he don't get cold. Why he don't get cold? He's in New York,
New Jersey,
and I seen him on stage. He always got no sleeves, right?
Yeah.
I do the no sleeve shit at the house. He do it every day.
but you don't raise.
And I
like he
get
does.
cold though. I put a jacket or a hoodie on. Have you ever seen Travis Scott in a hoodie?
I've seen. You know what? I actually saw him at the BET Awards. He was wearing a suit for the first time.
Have you ever seen Travis Scott in a hoodie?
No, but let me look it up.
He don't get
a bubble coat. A bubble coat. You ever seen him in a bubble coat?
Let's see. Travis Scott hoodie. Does he have?
He sell hoodies.
He sell a
He's
lot
not
of things.
He sell hoodies.
There's
to
no picture of him wearing his own Cactus Jack hoodie.
Because he sell hoodies to anemic niggas like us. He
So
don't
he's taking advantage.
he don't wear sleeves, bro. I want to see this nigga blood work.
You know what's so funny? He's wearing a hoodie in this picture, and his arm is out of it.
bro.
You gotta put that. You gotta put that up. You gotta put that
Alex,
up.
I'm gonna send you this.
We need like the hardcore Travis Scott fans to let us know how
Have
he
you
does
ever
it.
seen this nigga cold?
He's just jumping around all the time. You know
High
what's-
energy, man?
I never saw his face until this year. He was doing this every time he would do an interview or he would like take a picture. He would just be like, "Yo, shout out to Kanye."
Bro, that shit crazy, bro. I know that's random. Well, it's for a man to say, "Hey, you want to see another man's blood work?" But I was like, bro,
I get it. It makes sense now.
You want the blood results? You want to make sure he's not anemic. You want to make sure.
yeah,
It
because
makes
he's
sense
not
now.
cold, bro. Like he's never I've never seen him with a full shirt on, and I'm like, damn, like I be cold, bro. Especially in the marinas at night,
Mhm.
I be cold.
It's a little breezy.
Bro, he did the shit out there in Europe where he outsold Taylor Swift. Look at this shit.
That's the closest you get is one arm.
He's
And
like,
he's doing
I
that.
can't
And
wait
he's
to
doing
took
that to cover himself, like to shield himself
Yeah.
from the world, not
Yeah.
the world from himself or whatever the nigga said. But
hiding himself from the.
but even when he did the shit out there in Europe and sold it out, like I remember, I've never seen him like bundled up. That's where that came from. Sorry, I didn't mean to.
You want to
derail.
see Travis bundled up?
No, I just want to see.
He does bundles though with his projects. Maybe to substitute for the fact that he doesn't bundle up in the cold.
Maybe I don't know.
Is that why he's the flame? He stays hot.
he stay hot?
He's
Oh,
the flame.
I would love to ask him. I've only interviewed Travis one time, but I would love to ask him.
did he
You
speak?
interviewed Travis one time?
Me and Bootleg Kev did.
Is it on?
It was a
on,
phoner though. It was on the phone.
It's on the. It's not on YouTube.
No, it was a phoner. We did it live on the air.
What did he say?
I don't remember. It wasn't like impactful.
Did you ever interview
No,
Travis?
never interviewed Travis Scott.
He
He's an
doesn't
elusive
speak.
one.
He doesn't speak much.
He's losing one.
Does he speak at his shows? Like, does he say anything, or he just goes out?
Yeah, he used to encourage people to jump off things, but he doesn't do that anymore. But
No, that.
But
yeah, that was.
he tells you to rage. He wants to. He's yelling fiend at you all day. But no, his shows do look impressive.
Yeah,
but I can't.
It's very impressive for him to be on the run that he's on. And at some point, y'all are gonna have a different conversation about that future conversation you be having. But that's a story for another day.
To be continued. Bookmark. Okay. If anyone knows Travis Scott's blood type,
nobody's outselling Travis Scott, including your boy.
Hard tickets. You're talking
hard tickets. Yeah. That's very indicative of what it is. The streams, the numbers, the records, the classics, whatever you want to say. That dude is doing football stadiums in real life.
Casually, just for fun. It wasn't like this was a tour, right? He just said, I'm going to do it. He said, basically, this was like, I did Brazil, 118,000 people, and people were like, yeah, but that's Brazil. They're excited to see anybody.
Yeah.
And then he's like, okay, I'll do Metlife.
And then the rumor now is Kendrick's going to touch
that
these
conversation
stadiums.
Is going to get different if Travis Scott drops another Astro World.
Hopefully, like the album, not the...
But you saw the rumor about Kendrick may jump into the stadium.
Yeah, I heard that.
Situations.
I don't know.
He's never done stadiums yet,
He
right?
turned down Coachella.
I don't know nothing about none of that.
Yeah.
You turned down Coachella?
I don't know. You tell me. Y'all
That's what you turned down Coachella.
I ain't never been to Coachella.
Would you do Coachella?
It's cold there.
Would you do a DJ set if Kendrick asked you to on tour?
No. What the fuck are you talking about? Yeah, I'm gonna do it. Like, they hit me and they want to do some pop out shit or whatever, I'm down.
He's always ready.
I'm always ready.
Well, I feel like you guys sparked a lot of the conversation surrounding hip hop and wrestling this year. I'm not going to give total credit, but you guys definitely talked about it a lot.
Not Elliott Wilson. Don't say you guys.
Well, Elliott joined in.
Elliott stepped on my time. I'm stepping on this.
Okay.
Wrestling is DJ Hed.
All right. Okay.
Did you see CM Punk's match, man? That feud came to a bloody end, man. CM Punk is amazing. He's the best ever.
I would like to take this opportunity to shout out to Paul Triple H Levesque.
Yes, my favorite wrestler of all time. The GOAT.
Who is an executive with a suit on.
The boss.
His creative direction.
Look at little baby. Sorry.
His creative direction has been top tier since he's taken over the company. And it's only been about a year and some change. Almost 2 years or something like that.
The game, Triple H.
About
Triple W. Where he's been fully in control, and hip hop is center stage.
This is like modern day sexy red as Cyndi Lauper and shit. Like, why is he so into hip hop? This guy, Triple H.
Because hip hop is the shit, Tommy Richman. So, so I really appreciate the intertwinement of hip hop and wrestling and culture, because I'm a wrestling fan. I grew up on it. I still love it to this day. I lost love for it and regained it because of the new era.
Because of Triple H.
No, not necessarily because of Triple H. It was literally when CM Punk went to AEW, it was like, okay, I'm watching wrestling again when he came back. And then he went back over. Anyway, I'm saying this because you see DaBaby, you see QC, you see all of these people being involved in hip hop now. I mean, being involved in WWE. DaBaby actually came out and performed at the Fanatics Fest. I mean, he performed. He was a special appearance at the Fanatics Fest. But then you got Lil Yachty, who was there. You have
Metro Boomin.
You have Sexy Red, who performed on the show. Then you also have Metro Boomin, who shot a promo for the Atlanta show with Cody Rhodes. Then you also have Cardi B, who made the official announcement that SummerSlam was going to come to New York as a 2-day event with I forgot her name. I'm sorry, Blair, Sasha. I can't think of her name right now. I'm drawing a blank.
Yeah.
And
that's late next year, right? That's not until
it's not even until next year.
Yeah.
But they understand that hip hop is the shit. It's the thing that people, especially the demographic of people that they're going after, they love hip hop. And so even John Cena, when he first came out, I just watched the McMahon documentary on Netflix, right? Then I watched some other thing. I've been just diving down this wormhole of how it intertwines. When John Cena was in the WWE, he was about to be out of there. He was literally living in a car. He was figuring it out, and he didn't have a thing to go out and be as a gimmick, like as a personality. And so he was low key freestyling in the back of a bus, and all the wrestlers and everybody got on. Stephanie McMahon who's Vince McMahon's daughter, who was running shit.
Married to Triple H.
Who Vince McMahon, this was back in the days 10 plus years ago, 15 plus years ago. When Stephanie got on the bus, they were going to somewhere and they were actually overseas, and John Cena was freestyling, and she was like catching him. Now this is right before he's about to get released and be, change the course of his whole life. She heard him freestyling, which is part of hip hop, and was like, "Hey, can you do that on TV?" He was like, "I mean, yeah. Like, yeah, I can do it."
Thugonomics
came out and freestyle. He became Dr. Thugonomics. He that changed, and then him rapping gave him a whole career, and now he's one of the biggest stars in not even just in wrestling, but in Hollywood as well. I say all I have to say is, bro, hip hop is the shit. Yeah. It's always been the shit. It's gonna continue to be the shit, and WWE is leaning into it as they should. If other organizations were smart, they would do the same shit.
Shout out Triple H. I love it.
Yeah.
Hip hop.
And John Cena. Sometimes you can't see him. It's crazy.
That's Triple H with Metro, and that's Yachty right there.
Have you met Triple H?
Never met Triple H.
I shook his hand. I got a photo of it. I'll send it to you.
Yeah. No, don't send it to me.
I'll send it to you. I'm putting it in our group chat. You like our group chat?
Yeah, don't send it to me.
You don't want to see it? You jealous?
Also,
why don't you want to see it?
Also,
gave me the firm handshake. We making eye contact. The whole thing, man.
You know what we overlooked when we were
like
talking about
like two men.
When we were talking about athlete rappers, we were talking about like John Cena has a platinum record.
Is that the one with MOP on it?
No, it's his song.
Dolo? No,
it's called You Can't See Me. It's his theme music. It's a platinum. He has a platinum record. Also, I want to point out, back in the day, I don't want to completely discount what Vince McMahon's contribution is. This is like when I was in high school. They put out an album called WWE Aggression, and Aggression was hip hop versions of their entrance music. And so, like, they were like, yeah, it was a big thing. So go look that shit up too.
MOP was on that, I think, right? One of those.
He's the only. It said John Cena is the only musical artist to have their debut album be certified platinum and then never release another album again.
There you go.
And then never even pay attention to hip hop again. He didn't even know. He didn't even know Kendrick and Drake were beefing.
But John Cena can still freestyle to this day. He never said he wasn't hip hop.
No, that's true. That's true. And he's got some bars. He's got some bars, low key.
Shout out to John Cena.
And shout out to Wale, because Wale has been a big advocate of the
huge
WWE forever. He's early on a lot of stuff.
Huge.
Yeah. Speaking of fighting, to some degree, you interviewed DaBaby, and we had a funny clip where I know it'll probably be up by now, of him saying he wouldn't get in the boxing ring because until a certain amount was paid for, because there was a lot to lose there. But there was another clip that you had that was really interesting, where he talked about being vulnerable, and he was basically talking about how it's tough when you're being vulnerable on a record, right? He talked about his brother passing away and his dad passing away, and then what the balance is between speaking about things on a record, like Cole did, and then having to speak about it in interviews and having to relive those moments and go through it in the song. But I think, do we have the clip of him speaking about it?
You ever lose motivation during that break?
100%. 100%. That's what I lost first.
Oh, your pops, and you went through a lot of shit.
Yeah, I navigated through that. I didn't get the chance to grieve. Me losing my pops, that was a little bit different. He got a chance to see what went on with me. I got the chance to talk to him about it. He got a chance to commend his son for going after what he went after. Then I carried the name with the album, Kirk #1 album. Yep. Honored him with the album. You get what I'm saying? That's my way of carrying the name. And, with my brother, though, that's really what, like losing somebody to suicide, that's a different story. Thing. I can't go do nothing about it. Then not only that, my nieces, the people I love the most, they still living through this shit today. And when I see this shit that's so real with me get played with by all this other shit that come with the music business, if I'm dealing with somebody like I do business with, like, I'm not even finna have a serious conversation with you about my brother committing suicide. Like, we're not even about to blur them lines. You get what I'm saying? Like, you doing business, like, that's my brother. It's real life shit, and not knowing how to differentiate the two. Like, I'm real particular about like how I deal with that. And with that being said, like, I probably wouldn't even give myself a chance to decipher whether or not if something was genuine or whether or not if it had intention behind it. If somebody did, even attempt to check on me, you know what I mean? Try to, try to see if I was okay through the shit.
Shout out to DaBaby. We had him on my radio show, Effective Immediately, with myself and Gina Views. Go check out the full interview. It's out now. But That interview to me, I mean, people have been hitting me up and saying it was like one of his best interviews ever, but I don't do the like asking like who you gonna vote for. Like I would like to know that you're gonna vote, but this like the clickbaity stuff. I like to really get into the psyche and the minds of the people who I talk to. Myself and Gina, we both pride ourselves on that. But I thought this was a super dope conversation that we had with DaBaby. Number one, because I hadn't had one with him in such a long time, and he's gone through a lot of different things since then. Like,
so since that like 2020 run,
yeah, I've been talking to him like not on camera. We've spoke, but not on camera and stuff like that on the air. But he was very candid and very honest about how he felt about everything. From getting the cancellations and, dealing with his brother, dealing with grief, and the question basically was like, do you regret being vulnerable? And he's like, absolutely, because they take my vulnerability and they weaponize it against me. And then I turn back into who they wanted me to be in the first place. That's the sentiment of what he was saying. And I think that's really true because DaBaby, I'm a huge advocate of DaBaby. I'm a huge DaBaby fan as an artist, but also just as a person. He's authentically himself. And that's really what we ask of people, is just to be authentically yourself. Don't be something you're not. Like, and he's unapologetically himself, which is I can appreciate because I'm the same way. The second part of that is when you go out in the world and you do things and you are ignorant. The Tommy Richman thing we just talked about, DaBaby whole shit that he went through in 2020, whatever the case may be, like, you just don't know how people respond to certain things or whatever. But it's like, bro, but this is where I'm coming from. Because he even talked about it in the interview where his dad, before his dad, he's like, his dad got to see him flourish and be who he was. And his dad was even like, nah, we Kirks, like this type of time we on. You know what I mean? Like being the person that he is, I think that he gets a lot of flack and a lot of pushback because he doesn't conform. And do we really want people to start conforming to what public outrage looks like, to what the status quo is? And like, no, we want people to be themselves. We want polarizing personalities. But then I think you also, like he said, they use it against you when it's convenient for them. And so like, it's kind of like it's a catch-22.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I like the project too. I went back and
project is dope.
Yeah, I like the intro a lot and the outro, and like there's a whole middle section of songs I think is dope. And yeah, I just think like you said, it's like we've seen him take his ups and downs, his career wise, but I like the energy coming back with this project. I like that he's doing a lot of press. No DJ Hed got the best interview, but just him being active and telling his story and doing a real traditional kind of press run and being everywhere, I appreciate it.
And it's funny because me and Elise were talking about this the other day about how some artists kind of think they're too big for media or think they're too big to keep taking the steps to become a superstar, even if they have their moment. And I think he's one of those people that actually never lost sight of that. And which helped him when he had a little bit of a fall from grace in the public. He still had people to lean back on. He still had media who he had relationships with. He was always helping his own artists versus like, there's people right now who are having their moment who might lose sight of what it takes to maintain that moment. So it's very interesting to see, but I really do hope DaBaby keeps going, and I hope he keeps flourishing.
Yeah, he's an interesting dude. He's not going to give you the same interview,
No, it's always different. And what's dope about him is he's not afraid to talk. Like ever since I've met DaBaby, this is, I don't know, maybe like 6-7 years ago or something. Like ever since I met him, maybe about 6 years ago, I met him. It's never been like, I never got a publicist in the room. Hey, we not talking about this, and even when I talk to him, like off mic or whatever, it's like, no, let's talk about whatever you want to talk about.
Yeah,
like I appreciate that about him. And let's rewind the tape. I actually told him what I said on The Bigger Picture. I told him
about 50.
I said you and 50 Cent are the same person, bro.
Yeah.
Y'all both are petty as hell. Y'all both hold grudges. Y'all both are also in super intelligent and stand on principles and morals, and you have your boundaries and you're not willing to compromise yourself or whatever. I said, I really want 50 to EP your album. When I said it, he went, yeah, I can see that. Yeah, 50 be busy. He got to set some time aside for Baby because, I need some time to, but he's like, but I fuck with that idea. Then even when we finish, he's like, man, I fuck with that idea. Like, I'm actually try to see what's up with that.
Hey, you need an EP credit on that album then.
It wouldn't be an EP credit. It would just be a production credit.
Some points.
Yeah. So, but I'm saying right now, if 50 Cent oversees DaBaby album, DaBaby gonna be one of them ones on top. It's gonna be crazy.
It's funny though, he wasn't the only Jonathan you spoke to this week. You conversed, it looked like, with another one who it was a pretty major move for you.
Jonathan May? I didn't interview Jonathan May.
No, but you spoke to him.
I did. I got shout out to Deion Taylor, shout out to Polly, Hidden Empire film group. All I did was meet Jonathan Majors. Okay, he walked in and I was like sitting there, and I was with Salas and the homegirl, and I'm like, look like Jonathan Majors, and then he walks up and he's like doing some regular, I ain't gonna say, but he's doing some regular nigga shit, like just with the homegirl, like they just doing some like regular shit. And I'm like,
what do you mean? Wait, what do you mean some you're gonna need to explain that.
He was just dropping some shit off, like to the homie. Like he was just he's like, yo, I left the car running, I'm just running in here, I'm dropping some shit off to you. And I'm like, and Polly, shout out to Polly, she's looking at me, she's like, I'm sorry, this is DJ Hed, this is my bro, like we almost 20 years in, he's a super nerd and he fucks with you. I'm just sitting there like, bro, I fuck with you. You know what I'm saying? He was like, so he was like, yeah. She was like, you want a picture? I'm like, hell yeah, I want a fucking picture.
Well, he asked you, do you want a picture?
No, Polly had set it up so I get a picture. So she the one took the picture. But I'm like, yo, I just need one question, bro. I know you gotta go. Just give me one question.
You said, are you gonna stay away from white women from now on?
It was too open. He had to take the shot. He had to take the shot. It was open. It was open. He took the shot. You got to take the shot.
Yo, Jeremy Hecht is unhinged today.
Unhinged Hecht.
I asked him one question. I don't even know if I can say it publicly, but I asked him one question about the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and he answered it.
The Marvel Cinematic Universe?
I asked him, actually, I'll tell you the question I asked him.
You won't say that.
But I won't say the answer. I said, how many variants are there of Kang? How many did you do? And he gave me an answer. I was like, "Are you?"
Was it more or less than you
like, bro, I fucking knew it. Oh, I knew it. I knew it, bro. But yeah, he told me how many he played, and he told me how many there were. And then I asked him a follow-up question as far as how many other variants of Victor Timely exist, and he told me that too. And I was like, "Oh, nigga, appreciate you." Because that put a lot of shit in perspective going forward in the MCU. I'm like, bet. So Loki season 2 and this, you know what I mean? Like,
you haven't been able to sleep since.
Bro, what? I went home and I went on New Rock Stars and went crazy. But yeah, shout out to Jonathan Majors.
And you have an interview that dropped today with Mr. Problem.
It's Jason Martin now, buddy.
Jason Martin.
Put some respect on his.
He doesn't believe a black man should be able to reform.
A black man can't change his name?
Oh my gosh.
A black man can't change his name?
Jason Martin. Shout out to Jason Martin. I interned at Power 106 on my first ever day. Jason Martin was there.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, he's seen, and then I seen him at Carpets.
I was invited into his home. It was lovely.
Shout out to this is full West Coast.
His lady and his wonderful family, and Jay Worthy came by also, so we chopped it up with the homies, man.
This
West
was
Coast.
right after the pop.
Can I show love to the West Coast? Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Go ahead, do your shit, King.
Thank you, brother. Little West Coast.
Have you invited him
Elliott
to
Wilson
any
experience?
West Coast?
Have I invited who?
Elliott.
He don't invite me nothing. I
didn't go nowhere. I'm finna go somewhere today, but he can't go.
Yo. What? A band again?
No, it's not band. Well, you know, Drake says you can't come.
All right, it's all good. Bro.
Drake, Drake or Drake?
Oh.
You know what's crazy is it must be much easier for you now that the boy and Mr. HOV are kind of gonna be throwing subliminals, but you don't even have to pick a side. We know what side you're on now.
He's ousted on both, right?
No, I think he's still Team Rock. Yeah, he doesn't throw it up.
Oh, well,
yeah.
Come on, man.
Yeah, he posts the Carters. Yeah, but you don't have to choose now that Drake is throwing a little.
You don't have to rub it in. You have to rub it in.
Little Solange, Aaliyah. Okay, we don't want to.
I still don't like that. Brother.
Okay, all right.
All good though. I don't like that either. But
you ain't like that record?
I didn't like. I don't like that story. Why you
like
trolling? Why you trolling? Like, ain't you tired? Ain't you tired of
they
trolling?
Think we hate. Can we clear the narrative?
We can't clear none of it.
This show wasn't created just to.
We hate Drake, Kendrick, and Cole.
Oh, no,
we love Drake, Kendrick, and Cole.
I love we ran down my IMDb. Shout out to the chat.
Yeah,
appreciate y'all.
Wait, what's the chat have to do with your IMDb?
Because when we were live streaming. Oh. They were talking about that
they
going through my IMDb. They was like, damn, we didn't know. Because everybody thinks I just appeared in May. through Immaculate Conception.
As Kendrick's, what did they say? That
Gunner. I'm
Kendrick's Gunner.
Or I'm a glazer who just got got popular because fuck all the other shit I done did in life.
Yeah, no,
He
irrelevant.
has like the man of the year. So the man of the year
Not according to the BT Hip Hop Awards.
categories. Are you boycotting? You're
No.
not going? Okay.
I did see the Alchemist at the BET Hip Hop Awards, and I told him that Meet the Grams keeps me up at night.
What do you say?
He said, actually, we have the clip.
But you did red carpet.
Yeah, red carpet.
Okay.
It was a small red carpet. I was expecting to see DJ Hed to have some hip hop discussions, but unfortunately, I got Alchemist and Hit Boy, and I had just tweeted before that I wake up in cold sweats every once in a while. Just Meet the Grams. Somebody said
You hear the instrumental?
The instrumental, yeah. Dun, dun. I like wake up out of bed. And then I saw him and I told him. It was a little weird to tell another man that he keeps me up at night. I feel like I had to pause beforehand, but
you got a bone to pick with you.
Hey, I want to ask about specific instrumentals, but I got a bone to pick with you first. I just want to let you know, you keep me up at night, and not in a weird way, in a haunting way. I can't sleep sometimes. The Meet the Grams instrumental just plays back and forth in my mind. I wake up in cold sweats. What kind of mood did you have to be in to create such a haunting instrumental? What was going through your mind when you made it? I know you didn't know he was going to go there or that it was even going to be Kendrick necessarily, but how did you create that?
You know what's funny? It was a gospel record. So that came from the church, man. So that was the Holy Ghost.
That was the straight
Holy Ghost, man. I was just there on the sideline and I put it in motion.
The yin and yang.
It was actually rooted in good energy.
Yeah.
Well, his goal, it seemed like, was to bring truth to the light, so it all worked out. Yeah, so if the Holy Ghost created...
See, it could have took a satanic turn, but it didn't. See, you're happy, Jeremy.
Yeah, there we go. So shout out to God.
Shout out God, man. You want to shout out God? Shout out God.
Spotlight
man.
on God.
Fuck with God.
Yeah.
God fucks with you, brother.
West Coast.
Yeah, mutual relationship. Somebody said 2 Capricorns trolling a Gemini as a podcast is a delight that they didn't know their world is missing.
Did he at least write that?
Yeah, that's at home.
You a Gemini?
Yeah.
Oh, are you an old school Gemini?
Yeah, Kanye changed his life, but you just haven't seen it. My girl asked me when she's gonna see the Kendrick side of my Gemini.
You gonna flip out and just like what you mean? Like with the other side, like what you mean?
She meant like
No, what you mean?
What do you mean? What do you mean?
When you flip out, like what type of flip out you be doing? Like what type
I don't flip. I'm very strategic and calculated and
so are you
back, but don't mess. If you like what I'm saying is if somebody were to
don't mess with me,
they'll find out.
They gonna fuck around and find out.
Not physically. I would never get into a fist fight.
But that don't mean that you ain't one of them. You know how y'all be. You know what I'm saying? Just
there's. I think I know. I don't know.
Yo,
I know what I'm saying. Yeah. So
I don't know what he's saying.
You know what I'm saying? Think about this. Other than the niggas from DC, right? How do they usually express themselves? Remember the 2 niggas in DC in the trunk?
I'm missing this reference.
Oh,
snipers.
No, I'm not. No,
the guns.
No, no weapons will be pulled up.
You're the gun owner. You're not a gun owner.
That don't mean nothing, Elliott Wilson. What you talking
Jeremy,
about?
you a gun owner?
No. I'm not a U.S. citizen. So
that's true.
Yeah.
Wait. So you got to go back?
No, I'm legally here on a work visa.
Really?
Yeah.
The Canadian.
Yeah.
So you can't vote?
I can't vote. No.
Really?
Yeah, that's why I just stay out of politics.
If you were to vote.
Don't do that. You know what I do? I say, whoever's the president, thank you for allowing me to work here and do what I love and be on this amazing podcast.
Donnie going on a purge and getting rid of everybody. You might be able to stay. He might even ask you for your papers. Let's go. 2 Capricorn. What's the shit?
This is that 2 Capricorn. He tried to get
you gotta go
fast. Okay. Do you want to do?
You want to do it, fans?
You want to? Oh yes. Okay. So a couple more. Someone said Hed is legendary, bro. That was in reference to the female human interaction, I think.
Mm-hmm.
The show gets better and better every week. Love the chemistry, the set, the production. It's top tier across the board. The bigger picture.
The bigger picture.
Someone said Elliott always. This is GG's Spooks 7915. Elliott always asking what? GG's Spooks?
Whoa.
Too much?
Let Elliott read that name.
Is that a bad? Did I do something by accident?
Well, with an S on it, it ain't as bad. But without an S, it's bad.
Okay. So you read it.
Elliott always asking Head to hang out. Cry emojis. Take him out already.
No, read the name. Read the name.
GG Spooks.
Yeah.
7915. The spook that sat by the door.
Yeah. You ever heard of that book, Jeremy Hecht?
No.
Yeah. Look that one up.
Should look it up.
Yeah.
Is it worse than Meet the Grams instrumental?
Nah, it's just that one's.
Okay. I'm gonna
Don't do it.
All right.
Don't
Well,
do it.
someone who I'm
Don't
just
do
gonna
it.
not read names anymore.
My thing is just drop. I just know the Addy's at. Wherever it's at, I can get his. Just
Yeah,
drop an
yeah.
Addy. You know what I'm saying?
I gave you an address once. You said you made it.
Got
through
it,
the
no
door.
problem.
Yeah.
Just, if the brother Wilson just gets the Addy, I'm good money. Just drop an Addy every once in a while. That's it. That's all
All right.
good.
Oh, I did go somewhere. I went to DaBaby's party.
See, look at this guy.
I didn't even stay
After you
there.
already interviewed him, kicked it with him there. situation.
Look at him saying this. You go on DJ Hed's Instagram story. He goes, DaBaby's got me at the club. He's up on stage with him, filming.
Oh,
Everybody.
for real? Okay.
He was in the cut.
I was low.
Low in the cut.
It's hard to be low when you're one of the men of the year. You know what I'm saying?
I be low, bro.
That's true.
It's hard.
Okay, this is the final one. Can we get a Halloween episode?
No.
Low-key would be great.
Oh, no
fuck
costumes.
yourself.
No costumes.
No costumes? Not even the BBL
No
Jersey
costumes?
costume?
Okay.
She Ficky. Is that a Timberland sound effect? She Ficky?
Shipper, shipper.
She Ficky?
She Ficky. She Ficky. She's a very Shafiki
Can we get
girl.
a Halloween episode? We'll do a Halloween episode, but I don't fuck with Halloween, bro.
When's the last time DJ Had dressed it up in a
I
Halloween
put a referee.
costume?
I got a referee shirt that I put on every year. If,
Oh,
if
wrestling.
niggas force me to do some shit, then I
Because he's the Coast Guard. He's officiating the coast.
no, I just put the referee shit on because I don't like that shit. I don't like Halloween. I don't like dressing up. I'm me.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying?
Do you dress up?
I do not.
It's Elliott Wilson.
When's the last time you dress up? You put a
I
goat?
think I did we went to, let's see, sounds crazy.
Yeah, you
A
should come dress as a
Mariah
goat.
Carey, Nick Cannon Halloween party
Okay.
with the wife, and we did the Beauty and the Nerd type shit. So I was nerdy with the glasses and the.
You should come
She's
dress as a
weird.
goat for the Halloween
Yeah.
episode.
There you go. I'm with that.
What would you have me dress as?
I can't say.
You probably have had some outrageous Halloween costumes in your past.
I've had some good Halloween
All right, let's do
costumes.
this. I'll participate in the Halloween episode.
If
I pick your costume, you pick mine.
Oh God, I'm
oh
scared
my
now.
gosh, do we have to wear it the whole episode?
Yes.
Okay, okay. That's a deal.
That's a deal?
That's a deal. Okay.
And then what am I
And
wearing
then
a goat mask
can
or some
some-
shit?
Yeah,
no,
we'll
you
get
just be a goat.
we'll get you a goat costume.
You just be a
Alright.
goat.
Okay.
But
Okay.
I get to pick your costume,
Oh,
and
I'm
you have to
scared.
wear it.
Oh my God.
Okay,
You have to wear it.
and I'll pick
Are you gonna
your
say something your
costume.
sizes?
Can we make one caveat? Can it not be something that will get me canceled?
Oh
Like,
Lord,
Can
right?
it be something that like after I wear it, I can actually have a
At
career?
least has to approve it. She has to approve it.
Yeah.
Nah,
You're a
fuck
referee.
that.
You're a referee.
Nah.
Mr. Referee.
I
Be
need
the
to be
referee.
completely untethered.
Okay. All right. Well, I need a brainstorm then, because this actually has to be good. If I'm competing.
Okay, how about this?
How do you go from anti-Halloween to all of a sudden?
Oh, because to me, the content is gonna be better. It's gonna be worth. It's gonna be worth me
That's
doing.
my
It's
guy.
gonna be
Do
worth
it,
me.
DJ.
No, not the content of the show. I'm talking for my own personal satisfaction.
His mental
Your
I'm
content
talking
in your
about
heart.
this show.
My inner content.
content.
My inner content has to be fulfilled.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
So this show brings you joy on multiple levels, is what you're saying. This
Yeah.
program, this
I
platform.
get to sit across from Elliott Wilson and be the.
guy.
Well, actually, that's not true.
And disinvite him to all my
Trump
engagements.
and I get to sit next to Jeremy Hecht and pick on him sometimes.
and I get to sit here and be picked on and talk hip hop.
I
So
just like. I like. That's my love language. I
know.
talk shit.
I did say because I was talking to even when you met my girl and she's from LA. We were talking about how like LA, like the love language is being able to pick on someone, and because you wouldn't do that to someone you don't fuck with.
People I don't fuck with, I don't say nothing
You just
to.
would be
There was
quiet.
this girl at the radio station, bro,
Did you frequent?
and she tried to like do some weird shit with my boss, like get me like caught up type shit. And I just ever since then I was like, hey,
Hey, boo.
I don't say
Hey.
nothing to her. I say
Go on the way to the bathroom.
that's it.
What's up?
I don't. I mean, I probably said to her 3 words since that day, and it was years that had passed, and they are hey.
Wishing a good morning. You ain't wishing
I don't
no
do good morning. I
morning.
don't do how you do none of that shit. Hey, and I look away. I'm not fucking with you.
That's how I know something's wrong. If you ever walk in and just say, "Hey,"
Oh, if I don't talk shit to you, then I don't really
So,
fuck with you
okay.
like that.
so it's an honor. There we go. All right. Well,
wait till you see this costume.
Yeah,
though.
I know that. Yeah, that'll be true.
Oh,
love.
wait till you see the costume.
Oh
boy.
my gosh.
It ain't even gonna cost me that much. And I already got the shit at the house.
You've just been waiting for this moment.
No, I
already have it down.
No,
Use your own resources to.
yeah, I'm gonna just take it off my bed. Let's
Hey,
go wrap
hey.
this shit up.
Oh my God. But no, but here's the thing. Here's the thing. As a Jewish person, it's like kind of like self-deprecating humor then.
I don't give a fuck what you call it.
No, so I can. Oh my gosh, this is crazy. Okay, all right.
Spotlight. Spotlight.
Let's wrap this shit up.
Spotlight.
All right, spotlight. All right.
Spotlight.
Elliot, do you have a
I
spotlight?
always have to.
He said,
Elliot always has to go
to
first.
show
Wilson.
love. Oh my gosh.
Again, I'm going into the alternative hip hop bag. I'm enjoying my guy Jordan Ward. He had that record Crocs that Tyler put me up on. Tyler the Creator.
Shout out to
He's
Jordan
got
Ward.
Yo, can I get my pick off my G?
I'm sorry. I'm doing the
Oh my
Elliot Wilson
gosh.
laugh.
That this sound Elliot Wilson like. Nah, shout out Jordan Ward. I guess the other guy's name is Junie. These two dudes have come together with a project, Journey, JRNY. Yeah, and then R&B hip hop flavor, man. I call it alternative hip hop. I like it. Smooths me out. Got a little, 6-song EP. I like it a lot, man. Journey, man. Shout out Jordan Ward and Junie.
Spotlight. I have been having this one song on repeat. Besides the John Bellion song I had last week, Marky Basie. Not necessarily hip hop, more like pop R&B, but it's called February 7th. One of my favorite artists as a high schooler till now. He's on tour with Skizzy Mars, who's also another like rapper from the blog era days. But yeah, February 7th, great song, and they have a show in LA. Hopefully, I'm gonna go there.
When this weekend?
I think it's the 20th, October 20th. Yeah.
DJ Hed.
DJ Hed.
310 Baby dropped the album.
Oh yeah, that's right. Now where's he
Tuesday.
from? He's West Coast, right?
Yeah, he from here. 310 Baby dropped the album Tuesday. I like that's I think I talked about that song already. DaBaby's project, go get that. It's a T Grizzly. He just dropped a project too. And it's just the Blow for Blow that we talked about is on there.
J. Cole.
With J. Cole. But there is another song on that project that I'm trying to recall and I can't at the moment. So
T Grizzly.
I like T Grizzly though. Shout out to T Grizzly. And there was one more that I want to do, but I can't find it. I need to start writing my notes down. But, it is what it is.
We still appreciate you, King.
Oh, very last thing. We had a lot of good comments on our post about the wildest rapper names. And so I saved this for you guys. I wanted to have your live reactions to these names because I haven't looked them up yet. But these are all from the comments of names that we should check out of rappers who have the wildest real names.
I think I saw Lecrae reacted to it too.
Okay.
Shout out Lecrae.
Shout out to Lecrae. We have Genuine, whose real name is Elgin Baylor Lumpkin.
Oh, he's named after Elgin Baylor, the basketball player?
I guess so.
Wow.
And his last name Lumpkin. Plies.
That's a bad one I heard. Yeah, that's crazy.
Plies' real name is Algernon Lanier Washington. Algernon.
No problems in elementary school with that kind of name, buddy.
Isn't that in Mice and Men? Oh, no. It's like something of Algernon. Am I making that? That's a real book? The Stories of Algernon. Foxy Brown. Inga.
Oh, Inga. No, what's wrong with Inga?
No, but it's longer. It's Inga DeCarlo Fung.
Marshawn, no, right?
Marshawn, yeah. That's the last name.
Inga.
They said we forgot Offset's name. Offset's name is...
Offset.
Kyrie Kendrell Cephas.
Bless you.
I had that last fall.
Oh, I don't know if I want to read Akon's name. It's Akon's name is... Do you want to read this one?
Oh, boy. It's NIG?
No, there's no. It's just really long on the right.
I don't have time to read this.
Okay.
Should I attempt it?
You want to attempt it? It's on the right there under About.
Shout out Akon, man. Shout out Blue. Halloween.
I want to hear Jeremy sound that shit out.
Allaune. Alun, Damala, Buga, Time, Peru, Nakalululu, Badara, Akon, Diam. I don't know. I tried. Man.
Akon, that's pretty good. He said he forgets his own name sometimes.
Hey, bro, what just happened right now sound like you was glitching.
ChatGPT stopped
be on a
working.
Saturday morning challenge. Fucking YouTube.
Like, what the fuck is going on?
YouTube's fucking up.
Having a stroke on his camera. Like,
Lou.
Do you know Wale's real name?
Abu Wale.
Yeah, that was pretty close.
You said what?
Don't make me do it again.
Alubo Wale.
And then like his American name likes to be called Ralph.
Yeah, Ralph.
Ralph
Falorin.
I can see that.
And then somebody said nobody
people
tops.
like this name shit. We used to do double XL. We did things about names. People do like that.
They liked it. It was 100K on Instagram. They said nobody beats Killer B's name. I don't know.
Who's Killer B?
They said Shorty Shitstain. Wu-Tang
I'm
affiliate.
Rappers are.
All right. Well,
I hate fake Wu-Tang members.
Fake Wu-Tang?
Yeah. They're not
Shout out
real
to the
Wu-Tang
real
members.
Wu.
The real Wu.
Shout out to the chat.
Yeah.
Like, comment, subscribe.
Love the chat.
Thank you for fucking with us. If you're listening to this on audio, we appreciate you. But go to the YouTube because we can actually see our metrics there.
Yeah. Fair.
We all participate in the chat every Saturday when we drop. What's it? 10 a.m.
PST.
10 a.m. PT, baby.
Yeah, some people say they can't wait for it, but it's okay. Building anticipation.
Saturday morning cartoons.
You want to end with
So you guys are really doing this Halloween. So is that the next episode or the one after? I'm
It's
confused.
the one after.
Okay.
Yeah, we have
So
2
you got
weeks
time to prepare.
to plan.
I'm very scared.
I can't wait. I'm gonna have to just, I'm gonna have to go give me some new bedding.
I am just, if I happen to be sick that day, just know it was a real illness. It was not.
Hey Jared, me and Jeremy are picking each other's Halloween costumes.
I'm
And
very
I said,
scared.
all I ask is that it's something that doesn't get the entire company canceled.
It won't.
That was my only caveat.
I'm just gonna take the shit off my bed and give it to him.
Yeah,
Listen,
and
man.
so
Don't get crazy, guys. It's executive producer Jared Myers, executive producer Elliott Wilson. Don't get crazy out here.
What
man.
you mean?
We're building something here, man. 21 in,
I know,
man.
I'm gonna give him.
Don't screw this thing up, guys.
I just don't want to spend no money.
It's like
so
a
I'm gonna
bad
just
cop movie.
take
Don't
my
screw
shit
this
off-
up, guys.
Take my shit off the bed, cut it up, and
Elliot brought us into the office.
I'll bring you to
as
the
police
detective's
chief.
office. Don't screw this thing up, man.
We have something
The
good.
bigger picture thing is take it off. We 21 in, man. Don't screw it up for some cheap laughs, buddies.
Okay, all right,
it's not cheap. It's gonna be very expensive.
Expensive.
They gonna sue. People gonna sue the fuck out this guy.
The bigger picture.
There we go.
Oh Lord,
You talking about a loss?
No, I don't even know if I can
We shook
compete.
on it.
I don't know how I could give him a
They actually did
costume
shake on it.